this time. Looks for Deutsch. Deutsch at the 1 into the end zone.
Field play action now. Look to pass over the middle. It's intercepted by Cole Hebel. Intercepted by Hebel. Rears back, comes downfield, has Rodriguez. Rodriguez at the 40, to the 50, to the 40. Rodriguez is going to keep going.
Right, Fetting's got room, and here's Bo Fetting. Fetting's still on his feet. Fetting's gone.
Looking to pass, playing off, coming left side, picked up by Cotton. Alex Cotton with the pick, he'll take it back and into the end zone.
Turn and hand the ball off. Will Starkey, he thunders his way. 30, 20, one man to beat. He's got
the middle's got a man, that's Friddle. Look out, Friddle, 40, 30, he's loose, 20, 10, touchdown.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
It is a beautiful night for high school football in North Dakota as the season opens tonight. We are with you from Thompson as the Thompson Tommies take on the Grafton Spoilers. How you doing, everyone? I'm Joe Lancello. Thanks for joining us here on yourliveevent.com. Our pregame show brought to you by Irie Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. That's IHRYINS.com. It is the opening night for both these teams. It's also the opening night for Thompson head coach Alex Sarcevic. He was an assistant with the Tommies last year when the team went 5-5, losing their first-round playoff game to Kindred in the opening round of the Class B playoffs, which wound up being an interesting thing because the score in that game was only 30-28 in Kindred's favor. So if one or two plays goes a little bit different, maybe Kindred doesn't win the state championship, and maybe Thompson does. You never know. So it just goes to show what the former University of Minnesota coach Cal Stahl used to say was that there are a number of big plays in every game, but you never know when they're going to be. So you play hard all the time. And right now, Thompson 5-5, as I mentioned last season. And I mentioned Alex Sarcevic, his first game as the varsity coach. His son Jake will be the quarterback. And he seems to have a pretty nice arm from what we saw in warm-ups. Grafton, the Spoilers come in off a 3-6 season last year. They missed the playoffs. Coach Dave Mahonen of the Spoilers hoping for some better things this time around. His quarterback is Tony Villarreal, a junior. And what Grafton has going for them is a very big offensive line with center Arturo Ramos at the hub of that at 5'11" and 338 pounds. That was not a typo. 338. And they've got a couple other big fellas on that Grafton offensive line, too. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we continue with our pregame show. We'll be hearing from both coaches when we return to Thompson in 1 minute. This is yourliveevent.com, high school football.
Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com. This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprise.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
In Grand Forks and Lakota, see Chris Moen, your agent with answers.
Thompson for the high school football opener. The Tommies taking on the Grafton Spoilers. Let's go on the field and join the other half of our broadcast team Dawson Peterson. He is with Thompson coach Alex Sarcevic.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. We're down here with the head coach of the Thompson Tommies, Coach Alex Sarcevic, and coach, first-year head coach this year, the Thompson Tommies, but an assistant coach for many years. How has the team been looking here in the offseason?
They look pretty good right now. We're pretty pleased with where we are, but we'll see what happens tonight. Tonight will tell us everything we need to know.
So you mentioned with Joe Lancello in our Your Live Event Coaches show earlier in the week that not much is changing as far as the scheme goes for the Thompson Tommies, but has there anything, as far as like team bonding and stuff like that, has anything changed like that, or are the guys gelling well together?
No, I think they're absolutely gelling well. I mean, every time, there's a different head coach, there's always a few little wrinkles that change, but overall, these guys are getting along great. They're working together, they're supporting each other, and that's what we want.
All right, so let's talk a little X's and O's against the Grafton Spoilers tonight, a team you beat last year during the regular season. What are you expecting out of them?
They have athletes. They have some kids returning up front. I expect it to be a good game. They're well coached, and like I said, it's not their first rodeo with some of the kids on their team for having success in the sports world. So it should be a good competitive football game tonight.
And real quick, some keys to victory for the Tommies.
I think it comes down to limiting our mistakes on both sides of the ball and our offensive and defensive lines controlling the game. If we do that, good things will happen for us.
All right, sounds good, Coach. Good luck tonight. We'll catch up a little bit later.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
All right, there you go, Joe. That was the head coach of the Thompson Tommies, Coach Alex Sarcevic, joining us on our pregame show here tonight on Your Live Event.
Okay, Dawson, thank you very much. We'll let you get to the other side of the field now to talk with Coach Dave Mahonen of the Grafton Spoilers. Grafton was 3-6 a year ago, as I had mentioned, and you mentioned also that Thompson defeated Grafton last year by a count of 30-16. Grafton, in fact, 0-3 lifetime versus Thompson. So the Spoilers would like to put an end to that schneid in tonight's game. Not to mention for getting the season off to a very good start. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance needs, visit Irie Insurance online at IRIINS.com, IHRYINS.com. And let's run down while we have a second other games tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. We hope you'll stay with this one. But we also have Central Cass at Oak Grove, Park River at Hillsborough Central Valley, and LLM at Maple River, that game being played in Hope. And in fact, LLM is ranked number 1 of the state in Class 9B in the preseason North Dakota high school football poll. Mayport CG is ranked 4th in that 9B poll, and in 11B, Kindred, the defending state champions, ranked number 1. Hillsborough Central Valley is ranked 3rd, and Central Cass is ranked 4th. Let's head back down on the field again. Grafton coach Dave Mahonen is with our Dawson Peterson.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Standing here with the head coach of the Grafton Spoilers, Coach Dave Mahonen. Coach, we've got an excellent night for football tonight, a night that we thought maybe we might get rained on, but not so much. You couldn't ask for a better night, huh?
No, it's perfect. I can't believe it. I wish the wind would go down a little bit maybe.
So why don't you tell us about the Spoiler squad this year?
Well, hey, we got a really good group of hardworking kids. Not a lot of seniors, bigger underclassmen class. Few guys who've already stepped into some key roles already, but all of them love to work hard. Man, that's what we can do.
Can you tell us about some of those guys that have already stepped into some big roles?
Yeah, Reggie Rice, he's a freshman this year. He'll be starting at free safety for us at least, but he'll take some offensive wide receiver reps too. I mean, he's just been incredible. I mean, you'd think he was a junior or senior the way he's been practicing.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the expectations for your team tonight? It's game number 1, not going to be perfect, I'm sure, as you might have told the guys, but if you're going to make some mistakes, make them fast.
Oh, definitely. You know, we scrimmaged last week. I thought we did a lot better at that scrimmage than I had anticipated, but, man, these kids have been dying to be out here for this game. Last year, we had some success early on Thompson, and we just kind of couldn't finish, and I think a lot of the guys who are back this year really kind of want another opportunity at that.
All right, sounds good, Coach. Good luck tonight. We'll catch up later on.
Thank you very much.
All right, back to you, Joe.
All right, Dawson, thank you very much. As we hear from Dave Mahonen, the coach of the Grafton Spoilers. We'll continue with our Irie Insurance pregame show. We'll go through the starting lineups and have more information for you when we return in 1 minute. This is North Dakota High School football, Thompson against Grafton on YourLiveEvent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
In Grand Forks and Lakota, see Chris Moen, your agent with answers.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Welcome back to Thompson High School. I'm Joe Lancello along with Dawson Peterson as the Thompson Tommies will host the Grafton Spoilers, the opening night of high school football in the state of North Dakota. Time to take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by American Crystal Sugar. Live the sweet life. Great careers, quality products, grower-owned. CrystalSugar.com. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Thompson when they are on offense. The quarterback will be Jake Starcevic, 6'3", 195, a sophomore. The running backs, Reese Berberich, 5'10", 175, a senior, and Josh Juvie, 5'10", 175, a sophomore. Wide receivers, Tommy Schumacher, 5'9", 145, a sophomore, and Max Roller, 6', 150, a senior. The tight end is Carter Peterson, 6'4", 210 pounds, a sophomore. On the offensive line for Thompson, Isaac McHugo is the center at 5'8", 225. He's a senior. The guards, Jesse Hegg, 5'10", 220, 255, a sophomore, and Trevin Appelgren, 6', 215, a senior. At the tackles, Jacob Bren, 6'4", 220, a senior, and Cameron Weber, 6', 250, a senior. Alex Sarcevic, in his first year as head coach of the Thompson Tommies, who were 5-5 1 year ago. And that Thompson offense will face this defense from Grafton. It's a 4-3 setup. At the defensive ends will be Kyler Droog, 6'4", 162, a sophomore, and Ryan Hansen, 6'1", 191, a junior. The defensive tackles, Chavo Galvan, 5'9", 221, a senior, and Julio Mendoza, 5'4", 187, a freshman. Three linebackers for Grafton. Abram Sevigny is in the middle, 6', 161, a junior. On the outside, Hayden Perez, 5'6", 141, a senior, and Aiden McLean, 5'11", 147, a senior. At the corners, Tony Villarreal, 5'10", 159, a junior, and David Perez, 5'4", 139, a junior. David Perez will be playing with his brother Hayden in the starting lineup. Hayden's one of the linebackers, and there will also be a third Perez brother coming into the game, Brennan Perez, number 24. He's a 5'4", 173-pound freshman. And the safeties for Grafton, Reggie Rice, 6'3", 153. Coach Mahonen talked about him in our interview with Dawson Peterson just a moment ago. And Chance Burns, the other safety, 5'8", 159, a senior. That's the lineup when Thompson has the ball. We'll give you the setup when Grafton is on offense and Thompson on defense when we come back in 1 minute. This is North Dakota High School football, Grafton at Thompson on YourLiveEvent.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Welcome to a better banking experience with First State Bank. Locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, First State Bank is here for you. Locally owned for over 120 years, we know you and the area. Banking for today with savings, checking, and loan services for business, personal, or agriculture. And helping to guide you to tomorrow with wealth management and insurance services. Today, tomorrow, together. First State Bank. Stop into our locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, or visit online, firststatebanks.com.
The captains approach midfield for the coin toss. For Thompson, Reese Berberich. I'm trying to catch the numbers of the other guys. Cameron Weber. I'll have to wait till they turn around. Grafton's captains, Aiden McLean, Chance Burns, Hayden Perez, and Chavo Galvan. Again, this is opening night, Grafton against Thompson. Once we get the coin toss and all that information squared away, we'll finish the starting lineups brought to you by American Crystal Sugar. Live the sweet life. Great careers, quality products. Grow our own, crystalsugar.com. And as long as we've got the officials in our shot, Donald Doyle is the referee, Luke Carney the umpire, Dale Elfman the down judge. The line judge is Craig Hahn, and Blake Atkins is the back judge. And these officials working a doubleheader today. They refereed a game at Grand Forks, I understand. Was that Central? I believe. And we've had the coin toss. And now it's a matter of who's going to do what, or if they're going to defer. There's a bit of discussion going on. Oh, now the toss. Okay. Maybe there was a dress rehearsal there or something. Referee Donald Doyle seems to be talking to Grafton as far as what they're going to do, so we're going to turn things around. Grafton will receive to our left as we get things underway here. In just a few moments. Isaac McHugo is one of the captains for Thompson, along with Cameron Weber and Trevin Applegren and Reese Berberich. Now let's get the starters for Grafton on offense. Their quarterback is Tony Villarreal, 5'10", 159, a junior. The running backs, Chance Burns, 5'8", 159, a senior, and Abram 70, 6'4", 161, a junior. Wide receivers, Rylan Ray, 5'9", 152, a junior, and Aiden McLean, 5'11", 147, a senior. The tight end is Ryan Hansen, 6'1", 191, a junior. The offensive line for Grafton, Arturo Ramos, 5'11", 338, and he's still a growing boy. He's a junior. At the guards, Chago Galvan, 5'9", 221, a senior, and Luis Martinez, 5'10", 230, a junior. The tackles, Xavier Rodriguez, 5'10", 264, a sophomore, and Roman Rodriguez, they are not related, 5'9", 180, a sophomore. Dave Mahoney, the coach of Grafton, the Spoilers looking to improve on a 3-6 season from 1 year ago. Thompson on defense will have a form of a 4-3 setup. On the defensive line, Carter Peterson, 6'4", 210, a sophomore. Jesse Hegg, 5'10", 255, a sophomore. Isaac McHugo, 5'8", 225, a senior. And Jacob Bren, 6'4", 220, a senior. The inside linebackers will be Trevin Applegren, 6', 215, a senior, and Will Welke, 6', 185, a sophomore. Reese Berberich will be kind of a cross between an outside linebacker and a safety. Berberich, 5'10", 175, a senior. He wears the number 5 for Thompson. In the secondary, at the corners, Max Roller, 6', 150, a senior, and Tommy Schumacher, 5'9", 145, a sophomore. And at the safety, Jake Starcevic, 6'3", 195, a sophomore, and Drew Overby, 6', 140, a junior. And those are our starting lineups brought to you by American Crystal Sugar. And our scoreboard tonight brought to you by Chris Moan, Nodak Insurance, serving Thompson and surrounding communities. Talk with Chris for your insurance. Chris Moan, Nodak Insurance. One of our proud sponsors on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll take a break and run down what else is going on in Region 2 high school football tonight. When we come back in 1 minute, this is Grafton versus Thompson, North Dakota high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
There is another way to minimize your farm's risk and protect its equity with margin protection coverage. This is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with IRE Insurance. Margin protection provides coverage against an unexpected decrease or increase in operating margin. In other words, we can put a policy in place to protect you from changing input costs and crop prices on your farm. Let us help you explore this option between now and September 30th to get you covered. For more information, go to IREINS.com.
You're protected and appreciated at IRE.
Back at Thompson, Joe Lancello with you. This is the first of 5 Thompson High School football games we'll be broadcasting on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll be with you again in 2 weeks when the Tommies host Harvey Wells County. We'll have one other Grafton game on YourLiveEvent.com also. That will be on September the 9th when the Spoilers host Hillsboro. So make sure you tell your friends and let them know about YourLiveEvent.com. We also have a coaches show on Wednesday nights that hits the air at 7 o'clock. You can watch it later on YourLiveEvent.com, as you can watch this game later, where we interview area coaches from both sides of the state line between Minnesota and North Dakota. Here are the other games going on tonight in Region 2. Botno is taking on Carrington, Harvey against Rugby, Hillsboro Central Valley at Park River, and Bishop Ryan from Minot is at Langdon. Grafton will be wearing the white uniforms with maroon numbers, gold pants, and the maroon helmets with the G logo. You wonder when the term spoiler alert was first issued that they wanted to come up with some kind of animation for that. I'm struggling to think of what that might be. Thompson in basic black tonight with white numbers, white and green trim, and green helmets with the double T on each side. Just occurred to me that's kind of a copy of Texas Tech University. And it won't be long before we have college football to deal with. On our sister station, KRJ-BFM, we will have on September the 3rd, North Dakota State's opener as the Bison take on Drake University. And we will also have on KRJM FM. Gold 101.5 will have the Minnesota Gophers on September 1st as they take on New Mexico State. Be a homecoming for former Gopher coach Jerry Kill.
Tonight's officiating crew is the Donald Doyle crew of Grand
Again, other games we have for you tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Besides this one, we have Park River at Hillsborough Central Valley, Central Cass at Oak Grove, and LLM at Maple River.
Left tackle number 61, Evian Rodriguez.
And the Grafton Spoilers being introduced to our left.
At right tackle, sophomore number 57, Roman Rodriguez.
And is somebody's car being broken into? It's hard to know.
At right guard, sophomore number 60, Luis Martinez.
Or is that somebody doing that intentionally to spark their team? It's hard to say. Interesting thing about the field here at Thompson, you may notice along the far end zone to our left there is some dirt there. This field also serves as the home for the Thompson Tommies baseball team. And so that's part of the infield there on the left. So a difference in footing certainly on that far sideline, and also it's a good thing that it hasn't rained at all, because otherwise that would be a muddy, very muddy part of the field. 76 degrees as we approach kickoff time under partly cloudy skies in Thompson. Winds from north-northeast at 13 miles an hour. Humidity 69%. And let me throw it to Dawson Peterson one more time for any more pregame thoughts.
Certainly a big energy down here for opening night here in Thompson with the Tommies and the Spoilers. Weather is fantastic, as you're saying. Here come the Tommies now as they come out as a team, and it's going to make for some really, really fun football tonight on this Friday night in Thompson.
And this is the kind of a thing players work for, that first game, and also it's, well, I know they had a scrimmage last week, but there's a chance to hit somebody else for a change.
Yeah, get somebody in a different colored jersey.
And we'll be back in 2 minutes on YourLiveEvent.com.
At the Thompson Public School, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit the website tps-k12.org for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and information on the construction project and new addition at the Thompson Public School. Follow them on social media and find Tommy Pride with student updates and events with the Thompson Public Schools. Stay in touch with your children's education or find out why the Thompson Public Schools is right for you. tps-k12.org.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsborough or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
In Grand Forks and Lakota, see Chris Moen, your agent with answers.
And welcome back to Thompson High School. As the Tommies get ready to take on the Grafton Spoilers, it was Grafton that won the toss, and they'll be receiving to our left as we get things underway to kick off the 2022 high school football season in North Dakota. Minnesota season will start in a couple of weeks, and we'll have some Minnesota games for you as well on YourLiveEvent.com. Go online to YourLiveEvent.com to get the latest info on who we will be following every Friday night, and also during the week as well. We'll have high school volleyball when that gets started in September. And I know I will be back here on September the 1st for the Thompson Tommies volleyball team home opener. Then the Tommies take on, I have to find the right piece of paper. The Tommies will be taking on Carrington. That'll be their home opener on Thursday, September the 1st. We'll have that here on YourLiveEvent.com. Tommy Schumacher will tee it up for the Tommies. Back to receive for Grafton. Number 6 is Chance Burns. Number 11 is Leroy Delgado.
Return for the spoilers, Schumacher to kick off for the Tommies.
Delgado on the near side of your screen. Schumacher with the approach, and we are underway for high school football in 2022. Fielded on a hop by Burns. Fakes right, now cutting to the middle, and he'll be brought down in the vicinity of the 30-yard line.
Well, not too much to go with it as he fielded the opening kickoff. Found a little space up the middle, Chance Burns did. Now he's coming up hobbling just a little bit. We might have a stoppage in play here.
He's totally starting the backfield, and you're right, Dawson. He does not look real good there. Number 11, Leroy Delgado, is coming in to replace him on this first play from scrimmage, which will be at the 31-yard line of the Spoilers. Receivers wide to both sides. Strong left, under center is Tony Villarreal out of the I formation. Villarreal gives to the first man who trying to fight his way through Abram Sevigny, but he's wrestled down by a crowd of Thompson Tommies.
Yeah, that was just a quick handoff to Sevigny right there in the backfield. Picked up a couple of yards on first down, making it about 2nd down and 7 or so.
Grafton from their own 34-yard line. Rylan Ray lined up on the bottom of your screen to the right. Hanson, the tight end, on the left side. Tommy showing blitz. And a handoff over the left side, nothing doing.
Yeah,
it was Delgado on the carry.
Yeah, exactly right there, Joe. Right before they snapped the football for the Tommies, coming on the blitz was Trevin Applegren. He wasn't hiding that whatsoever. He was right there, and he sniffed that play out quick.
No gain for Delgado. It'll be 3rd and 7 for Grafton. Chance Burns back into the ball game after taking a brief knock, returning the opening kickoff. Now out of the pistol with backs behind him to either side. Aiden McLean coming in motion to the far side. Play fake for Villarreal, looking for McLean, and it's intercepted by Jake Starcevic, the safety.
Yeah,
Starcevic basically saw that coming.
Yep, he definitely did. They just rolled out to the left. Starcevic, he was waiting for it, and there were a couple times here before in the pregame that he was sniffing out plays defensively. He was all over that play and just well sniffed it out and had them scouted pretty good. And here comes Thompson in great field position.
You'd think that pass was posted on Twitter or something the way Starcevic was there. Thompson from the Grafton 30-yard line. Starcevic will now line up in the pistol. One back to his left, 2 receivers to the left. Starcevic going to roll left. Just a flat-out keeper, 25-yard line, spinning away and brought down around the 20-yard line. He'll be very close to a first down if he doesn't have it outright.
Down near first down yardage.
Yeah, that was just a straight quarterback power off the left edge. He had that lead block out in front, and Starcevic, he's an athlete, man. Holy moly, he is an athlete as he picked up that first down for the Tommies, and a quarterback power. Grafton might have their hands full with him tonight.
It is a first down, the first down of the ball game from the 20-yard line of Grafton's where Thompson operate. Receivers wide to both sides. Starcevic out of the pistol. Tosses to Brody Gibson going around the right side. Gibson cutting inside and brought down near the 5-yard line. Tackled by Tony Villarreal, the defensive back for Grafton.
Yeah, that was excellent vision from Brody Gibson, catching the sweep off to the right side. He could have went to the corner, cut it back to the middle, and some good blocking on the outside by the receivers as well for Thompson.
Pickup of 11, 1st and goal for Thompson from the 9-yard line as the Tommies look to capitalize on an interception. Peterson, the tight end, lined up on the left side. 2 men in the backfield. Starcevic with a fake handoff. He'll just go straight ahead himself and score. Touchdown, Thompson.
Yeah, I can imagine Starcevic had the option to hand it off to his running back, but he had a big hole up the middle, kept it himself, and he walked into the end zone rather easily that time for the Tommies as they go up 6-0 with 9:20 to go here in the first quarter.
3 plays on the drive. It took 1 minute and 11 seconds after the interception. Now Tommy Schumacher on to kick the extra point. Starcevic will be the holder. Well, let's see what they do here. They're lined up as though they're going for 2. Reese Berberich going in motion to the far side. They'll give it off to Schumacher. He'll be hitting the backfield. And the try for point is no good. Tackle made by Grafton's Abram Sevigny. So the try for point is no good. So with 9:20 to go in the first quarter, it's Thompson 6, Grafton nothing. The kickoff in 1 minute on YourLiveEvent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Jake Starcevic with an interception for Thompson on the third play from scrimmage, and he winds up scoring the first touchdown of the game on a 9-yard run as Thompson gets off to a 6-0 lead. And we're just 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the high school football season. Thompson with a turnover and a score. Tommy Schumacher to kick it off again for the Tommies. Chance Burns and Leroy Delgado back to receive. Burns is 6, Delgado 11. Line drive kick, Delgado fields. Cuts outside 20, 25, 30. And took a smack out of bounds by Will Welke.
Yeah, big pop on the sidelines. Will Welke ran Delgado down. Nice job by Delgado. Found the edge and a little bit more space to get a little better field position for Grafton here on drive number 2.
Which will start at their own 34-yard line, which is where their last drive ended, courtesy of the Starcevic interception. 2 receivers left. Villarreal in the pistol with an offset eye set. Villarreal gives for Burns, who is grabbed right away and hauled down. Leading the charge was defensive end Jacob Brend.
Burns really didn't have much space to work there. He had to avoid 1 arm tackle from the Tommies, and then 3 interior defensive linemen for Thompson just swallowed him up right there. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Jacob Brend, a senior, 6'4", 220, playing on the inside. Jesse Head, Carter Peterson, and Isaac McHugo rounding out the front 4 for Thompson. 2nd and 10, 2 receivers right, again from the pistol. Blitz shown, pass is tipped, and a nice job by Carter Peterson, the sophomore, 6'4", 210, batted that pass down, and that's going to set up 3rd and 10.
Well, Carter Peterson used all of his 6 feet 4 inches frame, got that big right hand into the air and just slapped that ball down. Grafton really lucky there, Tony Villarreal, that wasn't another interception. If that ball was maybe just a little bit lower, yeah, Peterson might have had another pick there.
He'd have been able to run all the way to Fargo. 2 make that 3 receivers right. On 3rd and 10, Sevigny, the lone running back, at the left hip of Tony Villarreal, who's rolling to his left, throwing downfield, incomplete. He had a man open, Aiden McLean, on the far side of the field, and the pass was just out of his reach. So 3 and out once again for Grafton with 8:23 to go in the opening quarter, and the Spoilers trailing Thompson 6-0.
Well, really just credit Thompson on that play. They had a man rushing off the right edge who was free, and that put Villarreal under some pressure, and then that incomplete pass forcing them to punt.
Freshman Reggie Rice is back to punt for Grafton. Good snap. Kick is not real high or very far. It's going to take a sideways roll toward the Thompson bench and be down just across midfield.
Yeah, remember Grafton was punting into the wind that time, punting from the south to the north as the wind comes down out of the north, and slapped that ball down pretty quick as the Tommies have some pretty good field position already in front, 6-0 with 8:16 to go here in the first quarter.
That was a 19-yard punt for Rice with no return. Now Thompson, two receivers to the left. Pair of running backs sandwiching quarterback Jake Starcevic. He'll dump it on the near side. Pass is caught by Reese Berberich across midfield into Grafton territory, and he'll have a first down as he's brought down by Tony Villarreal, the defensive back.
Well, all the attention that time was on the running back after the fake handoff, and then they just had a little pass off to the left side, and a nice pitch and catch for the Tommies with Reese Berberich, and another good gain. Now it's first down and 10 on the Spoilers 41.
That's 4 plays from scrimmage and 4 first downs for Thompson, because a touchdown was also considered a first down. After a gain of 12 on that last play, receivers wide to either side, an offset eye. Berberich on the carry, tried to go around right end, had a change of direction, went to the left, and was brought down by Chance Burns, the safety.
Berberich that time running into his own man, Cameron Weber. An offensive lineman on the right side had the awareness to go back to the left side. The Spoilers trying to gather him up before he gets too far. It's a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Good heads-up running. That's why coaches tell running backs, keep your head up and your eyes open. From the Grafton 35, 7:15 to go in the opening quarter. Grafton looking to add to a 6-0 lead. It's 2nd and 4. Starcevic with time. Boy, does he have an open receiver, but he overthrew Brody Gibson.
Yeah, you're right there, Joe. Brody Gibson had his man beat as he was going down the field. They had 2 receivers to the right, single coverage on the near side. Gibson just a little bit of a quicker step. I didn't have too good of a look at it, but Grafton in cover 3 there, I believe. Everybody covering their deep third of the field. Gibson running right through the coverage. Grafton catching a break for sure there. It's 3rd down and 4. This is a big stop for the Spoilers if they can get it.
Thompson from the Grafton 35. Gibson, Schumacher, and Peterson all line up wide right. Starcevic out of the pistol. Fakes a handoff, spins past one defender, first down. Moore cuts into the middle, spins past another couple of men, and a big gain. And that may be inside the 15-yard line.
Inside the 15, they're going to spot it officially at the 11-yard line. Big benefit of Thompson when they spread out 3 receivers in direction. That just opens up lanes for the Tommies, and that time it was Starcevic again.
And it's a matter of the Grafton defense not being able to lay a hit first time that's going to stop Starcevic. Max Roller wide left along with Tommy Schumacher. Man comes in motion on the near side. Pass, wide receiver screen, caught by Schumacher, diving for the corner of the end zone. Did he get it?
Nope, he did not get it. He was trying to get inside the pylon as he tried to dive in and score, but he got pushed out of bounds right at looks like the 1-yard line. And a good play by the Spoilers to push him out there, but that's a nice call from the Thompson Tommies when it's first down and goal. It's actually 2nd down and 1, but that's a good call. Just got some blockers out in front. Now they're knocking on the door again.
They're inside the 1, 2 receivers to either side. Juvie is the lone running back with Starcevic, who will just keep it himself, go over center and left guard, and score to make it 12-0 in favor of Thompson.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty easy call for the Tommies there. Just let Starcevic do what he take it right in. Now push from Grafton up front, and it's certainly a tough job to do, or a task, I should say, in trying to bring down Starcevic from that close to the end zone.
6 plays, 53 yards on the scoring drive. It took 2 minutes and 2 seconds. And the Tommies will again go for 2. Starcevic from the pistol. Snap a little high, tosses for Berberich. He's trying to find his way into the end zone. And got it.
Well, Grafton nearly had him stood up right at the goal line, but Berberich, he almost got put down on his backside, and all he had to do was just push with his back on a couple of guys and just fall into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. It's 14-0 Tommies.
6:14 to go in the opening quarter on the Chris Moan Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard. Serving Thompson and surrounding communities and areas. Talk with Chris for your insurance. Thompson 14, Grafton nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds on YourLiveEvent.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Thompson, 2 possessions, 2 scores, both runs by Jake Starcevic of 9 yards and 1 yard. Add a Reese Berberich 2-point run for conversion, and that's what separates the two teams with 6:14 to go in the opening quarter of the 2022 high school football season. And Grafton with a lot of work ahead of them. Schumacher to kick off, Burns and Delgado back to receive again for the Grafton Spoilers. Kick is a line drive, fielded on a short hop by Delgado, coming up the middle and running into a crowd near the 30-yard line.
Well, last time the Tommies kicked off to Grafton, Delgado had some luck running it around to the outside. That time right up into the middle, just trying to sneak away into any sort of lane that he could find. But it's going to be first down and 10 for Grafton from about, let's see, the 30-yard line. As they trail by 2 scores, it's 14-0.
The farthest downfield the Spoilers have been so far has been their own 34-yard line. Rylan Ray is wide to the right. Receiver wide left. Villarreal out of the pistol. McLean coming in motion to the near side. And a hit carry for Burns, and he is hit right away.
Yeah, a lot of movement in the backfield for Grafton, maybe trying to get the Tommies to shift one way, but instead it was just a straight handoff off the left side. Tommy's not fooled by any means that time. A couple of guys in there on the tackle. Berberich was there. Big man up in the middle. Xander Thompson was there as well, and it's second down and long.
Loss of 5 on the back on the 25-yard line. Second and long. Long count. Villarreal to throw over the middle. Pass is caught. And the receiver is caught right away as well. That's tight end Ryan Hansen.
Yeah, it's not a bad play from Grafton, just trying to get some of those yardages back. It's just a quick pass to Ryan Hansen over the middle. Of course, Thompson's right there. There was a lot of communication on the defensive side of things for the Tommies as they saw Grafton come up to the line of scrimmage. They communicated. They saw it, only a short gain. Now back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
From the 30, under 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Grafton trailing Thompson 14-0. 2 receivers wide to either side. Villarreal with a little time, I thought. Now he's under pressure, trying to escape, rolling to his left, throwing downfield. He's got a man, and McLean couldn't quite hang on to it. Tony Villarreal doing his best early Fran Tarkinen impression, going one way then the other, and then finding Aiden McLean open on the left side, but just overthrew him, so it's 4th down.
Yeah, he had him wide open in the back of the defense there. They lost him after he started scrambling around, and he just couldn't bring it in. Would have been a first down, but instead it's the third straight punt for the Spoilers.
Reggie Rice back to kick. He had a 19-yarder his last time up. Handles a low snap. This is an infield fly rule. And it's taking a Thompson bounce. This is one of those punts that may be negative yards.
Not much right for Grafton is that, as you said, the punt, sort of an infield fly, went straight up and straight down. You can hear some of the Grafton fans saying, hey, just catch it, get under it and catch it right there. But takes a bounce for Thompson, and obviously excellent field position, as you can see here on your screen. First down and 10 on the Spoilers 25, threatening again for another score of the Tommies.
That is only the second ever negative yards punt I've ever seen. Thompson from the Grafton 25 with 4:25 to go in the opening quarter, looking to add to a 14-0 lead. Starcevic to throw, far side, pass caught by Carter Peterson. And he's inside the 10, and that'll be a first down for the Tommies.
The Tommies had a man running a flag route, as they would say, out near the pylon. Farther down the field, that left Carter Peterson wide open. Hard to miss, 6 feet 4 inches tall. First down and goal on the Spoiler 9.5-yard line.
Pickup of 16 on the pass play. Starcevic again out of the pistol. Josh Shuve to his left. Starcevic on a keeper and going into the end zone again. Touchdown Thompson. Starcevic with a first quarter hat trick, 3 touchdowns, and it's 20-0 in favor of Thompson.
Well, Grafton, they didn't do a bad job that time penetrating up front on the line of scrimmage, but Starcevic, as slippery as he is, just slipped up into the middle. They kind of wanted to move that play out to the left and get some blockers out. Slipped up into the middle, and another score for the Tommies.
Tommy Schumacher now on to kick an extra point. Drew Overby will be the holder. Snap is there. The kick is up and away. And good. 3:46 to go in the first quarter, and it's Thompson 21, Grafton nothing. The kickoff in 30 seconds on YourLiveEvent.com.
Welcome to a better banking experience with First State Bank. Locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, First State Bank is here for you. Locally owned for over 120 years, we know you and the area. Banking for today with savings, checking, and loan services for business, personal, or agriculture. And helping to guide you to tomorrow with wealth management and insurance services. Today, tomorrow, together. First State Bank. Stop into our locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, or visit online, firststatebanks.com.
Thompson, 3 possessions. Their longest scoring drive has been all of 2 minutes and 2 seconds. They've had scoring drives of 30 yards, 53 yards, and 25 yards. They've taken advantage of an interception, and they've taken advantage of a negative 5-yard punt. And Dawson on that punt was, how much of that was wind or how much was that pressure from the Thompson defense?
To be honest with you, Joe, not much pressure from the Thompson defense. Despite the ball rolling back to the punter, it was just a straight up and down punt. Wind really didn't do much to the football at all, and then as it came, tumbling the Tommies to give them excellent field position.
Schumacher with another kickoff. Delgado has the ball go through his hands. Picks it up and is getting a little bit of room on the near sideline, but finally runs out of real estate.
Well, a decent job by Delgado to get something back. You know, so far in this game for the Spoilers, it's been just them shooting themselves in the foot. It's been the early interception that was thrown right to a defender for the Tommies. Then it was the punt that went straight up and straight down. That's something you can control. And then this kickoff return, it goes through Delgado's hands, got some of it back, but field position certainly could have been better. Let's see what the Spoilers can put together here with 3:37 to go in the first quarter.
And they're going to start from their own 25-yard line. Villarreal under center for the first time. Aiden McLean goes in motion to the far side. Play fake. Villarreal gets by one defender before he's brought down by his opposite number, defensive back Brody Gibson.
So far, the for the Villarreal used his legs to create something for Grafton. They almost had the first down on that last possession. This one kind of a broken play. Makes it second down and medium. Only 5 yards to go for Grafton here for the first down.
That's Villarreal's first carry of the game. Three receivers to the left for Grafton. Villarreal looking left, throwing, overthrew McLean, and also overthrew Tommy Schumacher in the secondary, and Drew Overby in the secondary was out of reach for that as well, so it's going to be 3rd and 5.
I think on that play there was a little miscommunication on the route that was supposed to be ran from McLean. It seemed like he sort of hesitated to run the curl route on the left side. Looked like Villarreal was throwing the curl route while McLean was still sort of hesitating to go downfield. Just another miscommunication error, but it's manageable here on 3rd down, 3rd and 5.
Grafton 0 for 3 on 3rd downs in this first quarter. Play clock at 10. 2 receivers to either side. Snap comes with 3 on the play clock. Villarreal rolling left. Now just had to throw that one away. He was under pressure from Jacob Bren. And that is an incomplete pass. That's going to set up 4th down for Grafton.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was a design run for Villarreal. It seemed like he bailed out on the play pretty early to try and get around to the outside and use his legs. Nothing wrong if there's something there to try and get it, but it's almost like as soon as he got the football back in the shotgun snap, he went out to the right to try and get the first down. Just nothing there.
Reggie Rice dealing with a low snap. This one is high and again not very far. And again it takes a Thompson bounce and will die at the Grafton 46, so a 16-yard punt. So 3 punts for 30 yards for Reggie Rice, who will not remember his first varsity high school game for his punting, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was a better punt, that's for sure. Getting a couple more yards on it, but obviously the point of the punt, trying to flip the field, and I can see Coach Mahonen trying to give his punter some tips on how to get maybe more of a line drive punt and keep it down and out of the wind. But it's still a good field position for the Tommies in a very, very powerful offense, already up 21-0.
We haven't had the ball on the other side of the 50 today, have we?
Not to this point.
2 receivers wide to either side for the Tommies on 1st down. Give for Berberich, who ran into his own blocker and will gain a yard.
Well, nice job defensively from Grafton. There is Savigny was in there, the junior, getting the first stop as Berberich only got 1 yard that time, making it 2nd down and long. Maybe not even a yard at all, still 2nd down and 10. But still a couple more stops for Grafton, trying to get something in the positive column here defensively.
Receivers wide to either side, tight end on the right. Starcevic from the pistol, play fake. Lobs it to an open Peterson, who will have a first down inside the 30-yard line, or inside the 35.
Well, I guess I didn't see the assignment. That might be the safety's job to pick up Peterson. Another play where he's open in that 5 to 10-yard range, and that one maybe a little bit farther. That's another first down for the Tommies. But again, another play where Peterson is wide open, and all Starcevic has to do is just flip it out to him, and that's another easy first down.
That's his 2nd catch of the day for a total of 28 yards. 1st and 10 Thompson from the Grafton 34. Play fake, dump to the far side, in and out of the hands of Tommy Schumacher. That'll set up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Schumacher that time disappointed in himself. That hit him in between the number 3 out there, and as soon as that hit the grass, sort of put his head in the air and knew he should have caught it and made some yards after the catch that time. But I can only assume in the huddle for the Tommies, they're saying, hey, next play, here we go. Let's get her done. 1:24 to go in quarter number 1. Tommies up 21-0.
Coverage brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. DHBankND.com. On second down, toss to the near side, caught by Schumacher, gets a block, gets around the corner, and our first penalty flag of the game is somebody, I think, got a hand on the face mask.
I think it might be a hold on the outside here against the Tommies, trying to keep some guys out in front. I didn't see much for the face mask. I think it's going to be holding here on the outside on the Tommies.
What I saw was just a touch as opposed to an out-and-out grab. But the officials are saying it's going to go against the Tommies.
Yeah, waiting the official call here as they get the spot. Here it is.
Holding against the Tommies.
And you were correct, Dawson.
Well, rule of thumb on the outside for the receivers when they're doing a play like that and they're just trying to keep the guy in front, you want to keep your hands on the inside, right on that chest plate of the defender. As soon as that guy gets outside of your hands, just let him go. Just let him go if you're the receiver. It's going to be a hold every time.
It's a net zero on that because they count the holding penalty from where it happened. So it's still 2nd and 10 for the Tommies with a minute 16 to go in the opening quarter. Still leading 21-0. Starcevic rolling right. Oh, he'll just keep it himself now. Broke one tackle, dancing down the sideline, gets out of bounds.
Yeah, tiptoeing that sideline on the far field at the top of here on yourliveevent.com as we start to get into the area where the infield on the baseball field comes into play. And it looks like he did gain enough for a first down.
With just over a minute to go in the first quarter. And I can't make out the yard line from here from the angle on at Dawson. 23-yard line, is that?
Well, scoreboard says the 20-yard line, but it is going to be a little farther back from there, about the 23, 24-yard line. Scoreboard says 22, but it is first down and 10 for Thompson.
Squadron left, 3 receivers left, and a handoff. No, Starcevic keeping it himself over the left side. And that'll be close to a first down with under a minute to go in the quarter.
Yep, another first down for the Tommies with 59 seconds to go. It's Starcevic just faking that handoff. You know, at this point, you're probably thinking Coach Mahonen for the Grafton Spoilers are saying, you know, it's Starcevic every time. And he's an athletic and very strong runner. That even those fake handoffs, don't try to get fooled on those. Of course, you want to keep your assignment still and keep an eye on that running back, but it's Starcevic in this area so far.
And Grafton will now take a timeout. 35 seconds to go first quarter. Thompson leading Grafton 21-0, back in 1 minute on yourliveevent.com.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
There is another way to minimize your farm's risk and protect its equity with margin protection coverage. This is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. Margin protection provides coverage against an unexpected decrease or increase in operating margin. In other words, we can put a policy in place to protect you from changing input costs and crop prices on your farm. Let us help you explore this option between now and September 30th to get you covered. For more information, go to irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Joe Lancello and Dawson Peterson with you from Thompson. It's Thompson football, 1st and 10 from the Grafton 14. Starcevic back to throw, setting up a screen, caught by Berberich. Plenty of room left side. He'll get around the corner and score. Touchdown Thompson.
Man, talk about textbook run of the middle screen play, a textbook running of the middle screen play. Starcevic just allowing the defensive line to get back to him and not recognizing that it's a screen pass right away. Berberich just had to take his time, hide back there, off to him, and easy score for the Tommies.
46-yard drive in 6 plays. It took 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Tommy Schumacher's extra point is up and just inside the right upright. So with 25 seconds to go in the first quarter of the North Dakota high school football season, it's Thompson 28 and Grafton nothing. Dawson, you're nearer to the Grafton sideline. What's the attitude like there? This is not the situation a team wants to find itself in on opening night.
Yeah, you're certainly right about that, Joe. Coach Mahonen right now out on the field just trying to fire his team up. You know, you're down 4 scores. There's not a lot you can tell your guys at this point, just trying to fire them up at the very least and try and get something positive going at this point. But certainly credit the Thompson Tommies at this point in the game and Coach Starcevic and everything they have done so far. They have executed very well. The Spoilers, not so much up to this point.
And Coach Starcevic must be pleased with quarterback Starcevic. Jake with 3 touchdown runs and now a touchdown pass to Reese Berberich.
Well, receiver turned quarterback for this year. Looking at his stats from last year's game against the Grafton Spoilers, had 4 catches, 80 yards, 2 scores, and now he's out there tossing the pigskin, and he's doing a pretty good job at it as well, Joe.
Running that offense, he certainly is. Chance Burns and Leroy Delgado, 6 and 11 respectively, to receive the kickoff from Tommy Schumacher with 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. Line drive kick, be fielded on one hop by Chance Burns. And running into a crowd up the middle. Number 50, part of that charge there, Will Welke, who's had a couple of tackles on special teams.
Yeah, just another big crowd for the Thompson Tommies. Jordan Gustafson in on that as well. And, you know, I know what Chance Burns is trying to do. He's trying to find a lane, but just use your speed and just go, I don't want to say full bore, and he might be seeing some lanes that I'm not seeing here from the sideline. Fast here on this kick return. Maybe you make a couple guys miss. Get a big return and set up position for your team.
Trying to make something happen. And that can be a real tendency that someone would want to have when your team is down 28-0. Tony Villarreal fakes the option, will keep it himself around left end and get near the 30-yard line.
Well, like we've touched on a little bit as the first quarter is about to come to a close here, everything that's been positive so far up to this point has been Tony Villarreal for Grafton making some plays with his legs. Is that a big play? Is it a 40-yard gain? No, but it makes it second down and manageable when we come back here on yourliveevent.com.
After one quarter, it is Thompson 28, Grafton nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute on yourliveevent.com.
At the Thompson Public School, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit the website tps-k12.org for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and information on the construction project and new addition at the Thompson Public School. Follow them on social media and find Tommy Pride with student updates and events with the Thompson Public Schools. Stay in touch with your children's education or find out why the Thompson Public Schools is right for you.
Against the Tommies to try and get some forward momentum. If they got an offsides there, that would have been an automatic first down, but no such thing. It's 4th down and 3.
Now some personnel problems as Reggie Rice comes into punt, hoping to have some better luck from this direction, and he does. Driving Tommy Schumacher back, but he's got some room now on the far side, and a penalty flag is thrown as the return to the 46-yard line, but the penalty flag thrown from the near sideline here.
Yeah, didn't get a look on it at all here on the near side. It is, looks like it's back near the return. As we await the official call for it. It didn't look like anybody moved early. I know Grafton certainly got the snap off in time, and now the Tommy's moving back. And it might be holding here.
The flag was thrown as the return was well underway. And referee Donald Doyle says holding on Thompson. And yeah, the Tommies have the only 2 penalties of the game. That's about the only thing they've done wrong today.
Yeah, and get it however you can for Grafton here. Take advantage of the penalty, the field position going backwards for the Tommies this time, and keep the score at a reasonable distance. 28-0, an uphill battle from here, but this is going to be a big defensive drive because you get at 28-0 and you're still sort of get a few things together and mount a couple of scores and see if we can get a comeback going. But as soon as you get to that 35 points, 34 points, it almost starts to seem insurmountable, but you never know.
This is Thompson's worst field position to start a drive, their own 33-yard line. Brody Gibson comes in motion to the near side. Screen to the near side, caught by Josh Juvie. Nice cut on the inside, and a nice tackle to the 39-yard line as he's brought down by middle linebacker Abram Sevigny.
Thompson does a really good job of using their skill guys out on the perimeter and getting their skill guys to block on the outside as well. That's not really a play that's going to be designed to get huge yards, but if that's executed correctly, that can bust big almost every time.
Midway through the second quarter, it's Hillsborough Central Valley leading Park River 14-0. That's also on yourliveevent.com. 2nd and 4 from the 29. And over the far side, that is Max Roller.
It's another first down for the Tommies. You could see that time Peterson, the big tight end, and also I believe it was Thomas Schumacher on the other side. They were set up as a couple of receivers that were almost stacked on top of each other, but they were close to the formation on the top of your screen, and you can almost sort of tell that the play is going to go that way based on that formation lined up that way.
19-yard pickup for Thompson. 1st and 10 at their own 48. Starcevich rolling to the near side and overthrew Carter Peterson, who was open.
Well, not quite overthrown, maybe just a little too far out in front. Had him open again, and it was sort of Starcevich was maybe being a little too cavalier with the rollout as he just sort of flipped it out there, and it just wasn't quite an accurate pass, wasn't quite where it needed to be, but certainly another play that you're going to keep in your back pocket later.
Led him just a little too far.
Hard to do, but it happens from time to time.
Gibson, Peterson, and Berberich line up wide to the right. Fakes a handoff to Juvie. Ball pops loose. It's picked up by Juvie, but they're going to say the ball's dead.
Grafton catching a break that time as Starcevich, he tried to pitch it out as he was falling to the ground and catching the break, as in saying that Starcevich was down before the ball popped loose, because that otherwise would have been a big gain for them close to the first down marker and what was almost a broken play. But now, down in distance, 3rd down 12, this is likely passing down for Thompson.
And we'll see Schumacher and Peterson to the bottom of your screen. 2 receivers to the left as well. Play fake to Juvie. And Starcevich will just keep it himself. Ducks one tackle, gets outside, gets a first down, gets more. Still inbounds. And inside the 25 or near the 20. This fella can play a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit as a way to put it. Starcevich just recognizing those lanes. And for Grafton, defensively trying to keep your rush lanes, maybe getting a little too far upfield. Starcevich certainly has a strong arm on him. He really does. So he had the option to pass, but found the rushing lane and wiggled his way up the left side and got a large gain for Tommies here, threatening with another score with still 8 to go in the second.
31 yards on the gain. And remember, at 6'3", Starcevich bigger than a lot of the guys who were trying to tackle him. 2 receivers wide to either side. Juvie will now come in motion, creating an empty backfield. Starcevich with time and underthrew Max Roller. 2nd and 10.
I tell you what, Joe, looking at the backside for the Grafton Spoilers, it was a good thing for Starcevich that ball was underthrown. The safety was coming over, and the receiver for the Thompson Tommies, I believe that was Roller, as you said. He had the defender on his back, but the safety creeping over to help. It's a good thing that Starcevich underthrew that ball. Otherwise, that would probably be going the other way.
Clock stops, 8:28 to go in the half, 28-0 Thompson in front of Grafton on opening night of the North Dakota high school football season. Matchup of two teams in Region 2 in 11B football. Two receivers wide either side. Now Thompson sees something they don't like, and Starcevich will take a timeout. 8:28 to go on the half. Thompson 28, Grafton nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds on YourLiveEvent.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Back at Thompson, Joe Lanzello and Dawson Peterson with you. Thompson is leading Grafton 28-0. All the points coming in the opening quarter. As sophomore quarterback Jake Starcevic has run for 3 touchdowns and passed for another.
He's certainly made his presence known on the defensive side as well. Had the interception early on in the game, setting up on field position for the Tommies, and looking to do it again here in the second quarter.
They are now in the shaded part of the field. As the sun making its way down. Not quite yet for some of us trying to watch things. Two receivers wide to either side. Starcevic out of the pistol. Quarterback draw. And he ran right into Leroy Delgado.
Really nice job by Grafton that time, and Delgado swallowing him up to stand up Starcevic. And that ball was never intended to get thrown out to the perimeter. As you said, Joe, quarterback draw, just trying to draw some attention out on the perimeter with the fake pass out to the right. And that's a nice job from Grafton as it's 3rd down and 9.
Under 8 minutes to go on the half. Thompson's drive started at their own 23. Now at the Grafton 21. Full house backfield this time for the first time. Now Gibson coming in motion. Starcevic rolling right. Shovels it, caught by Berberich. 15-yard line, and will be hauled down inside the 15. But still short of a first down.
Yeah, very close to the gain. It is going to be 4th down, and they got the one-on-one matchup out here in the end zone. Starcevic didn't like it. Nice coverage downfield from Grafton, and then just being an athlete and flip out to the flat and getting some yards back for Thompson, and a manageable 4th and short.
4th and about 1.5 yards. Just inside the 14-yard line. Play clock now at 6. And that was an odd play. Starcevic on a keeper. I don't know if he got it.
It's going to depend on the spot, Joe.
So that reminded me of a movie set somehow where somebody was waiting for somebody to say action.
Talk about catching a break. I don't think that ball was never intended to be snapped for Thompson at all, I don't think. And good heads-up play from Grafton. Standing him up at the line of scrimmage, of course, you know, in that short of distance to go, it wouldn't have surprised me if it was a design play for Starcevic to keep it, but wasn't expecting it that time, and Grafton catching a break and keeping the top out of the end zone.
Maybe expecting Grafton to be a little nervous on that defensive line and jump.
Well, credit the defensive line and not jumping. You could hear the entire sideline here on the field. Watch the ball. Now the play clock running down for Grafton.
It's at 2. And now they'll take their final timeout of the half with 6:44 to go to intermission. 6:44 to go to halftime. It remains Thompson 28, Grafton nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds on YourLiveEvent.com.
Welcome to a better banking experience with First State Bank. Locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, First State Bank is here for you. Locally owned for over 120 years, we know you and the area. Banking for today with savings, checking, and loan services for business, personal, or agriculture. And helping to guide you to tomorrow with wealth management and insurance services. Today, tomorrow, together. First State Bank. Stop into our locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, or visit online firststatebanks.com.
Coverage of high school football on YourLiveEvent.com, brought to you in part by Halstead. Halstead Telephone Company. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect. HalsteadTel.com. And we've got a lightning delay between LLM and Maple River. It's the Lobos leading 20-0 early in the second quarter. They're expecting play to resume in about 15 minutes. On first down, a toss to the far side for Delgado. And he cannot get around the corner and is brought down for a loss of about 4, courtesy of Carter Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson doing a really good job of stringing that play out on the left side as he stood up and just basically built the wall with how big he is. Just strung that play out all the way to the sideline, made it tough to try and cut it upfield. Nicely done defensively. Now we've got some raindrops falling here on the field.
Yeah, we do, despite the sunny skies. Go figure.
Trying to find which cloud they're from. It's just coming down right now with 6 minutes. Second.
2nd and 14. Villarreal back to throw, airs it out, and well out of the reach of the intended receiver, Rylan Ray. He was covered by Tommy Schumacher. Sets up 3rd and long.
Out of the reach of it was, but, Grafton thought they had it on the sideline. Watching that ball. If he puts it on him, that's a big play for Grafton. That's all they need. Still down 28-0 though. Just one play, Joe, is what the Spoilers might need to just spark something in them.
5:54 to go on the half. Grafton now out of timeouts. Thompson with 2 remaining. Spoilers will have 3 receivers to the left. Braylon Baldwin is number 1. He's in the game in the first time. Throws a screen to the far side. Cut by Burns. Nice cut inside. And almost got away. Almost was able to stay upright, but was brought down by safety Drew Overby. After a big gain, a real get-out-of-jail-free card play for the Grafton Spoilers and a first down.
Now, I don't know if it is, Joe, or not, if that's the first down of the game for the Spoilers. That was nicely done. Burns cut it upfield after he caught the pass, got a little bit of a block, worked it back toward the middle, and a first down with 5.5 to go in the second quarter.
A gain of 20, and you are correct, Austin. That is the first down for the Spoilers. Coming with under 5:28 to go in the half. They're down 28-0. Burns and Delgado in the backfield. Besides Villarreal, who will keep it himself and runs into a crowd. He may get forward progress of a yard or 2.
Well, the play's starting before the snap even comes back. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of miscommunication in the backfield from the Spoilers, at least on that play, that is. And that's just not a good start for any play, and trying to decide who stands next to Villarreal, who's going to be that lead blocker. Finally, with about 4 seconds to go on the play clock, they don't have much more time to waste as they're out of timeouts here in the second quarter.
2nd down 8 for the Spoilers on their own 32. 3 receivers right. Villarreal throws to that side. Cut by Burns, who cannot get away from Jake Starcevic.
Well, when you throw those plays out on the perimeter, the Tommies are certainly doing a lot of those as well. But what you're doing is you're making your guys go one-on-one against the Tommies defense, and they are a swarming defense, and there are a lot of athletes out there flying around on the field, and in a one-on-one, try and make your man miss type of scenario, it's going to be the Tommies winning that battle more often than not.
4 minutes to go till halftime. Grafton trailing 28-0. They send 3 receivers to the left. 70 is the setback beside quarterback Villarreal. Villarreal rolls, pass is underthrown, intended for Braylon Baldwin, who was tied up with safety Drew Overby. And we do have a penalty flag on. The question is going to be who interfered with whom.
Yeah, I'm going to assume it's probably interference on the Tommies, as the receiver for Grafton, Braylon Baldwin, was trying to work back to the inside. But, Grafton, they certainly got away, and it will be pass interference on the Tommies. So it'll be, I believe, an automatic first down for Grafton. But they got away with a big hold up in the interior of the offensive line. And I know they say that there's holding on every single play in a football game, but this one was pretty egregious. Flag wasn't thrown nonetheless, but we did have a flag downfield, and it's going to be a new set of downs for Grafton. See what they can do. 3:45 to go in the half.
They'll start on their own 43-yard line. Again, Grafton with no timeouts remaining. And we wait for the chain gang to get untangled on the far side. Now Burns comes in motion to the near side. Villarreal throws and broken up nicely by linebacker Will Welke, as that was intended for Chance Burns.
Yep, right you are, Joe. Really nice play by Will Welke, just timing it up, getting a hand in the air. If he can pick it off, great, he can pick it off, but just barely got a hand on it, and it got tipped and deflected away, and now it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for Grafton. I do like what I'm seeing, though, offensively from the Spoilers. A few more plays going downfield. They're not going to get it all back at once, but this one a little more downfield and a little more workable, as it's 2nd and 10 with 3:40 to go.
They've had the ball just over 3 minutes on this drive, their longest of the game.
Got to get going. 5 seconds left. No timeouts.
Squadron left. Villarreal quarterback draw. Trying to improvise and ball poked away. Villarreal got it back to about the 47-yard line. Gain of 4.
Yeah, lost the football for a moment, and then it popped right back into his lap as he was coming down to the ground. But again, no time to waste for Grafton with 3:15 to go in the first half. That was a close one. They don't have any timeouts left. You certainly don't want to get into a 3rd and long type scenario or even a 2nd and long. So now they've got 20 seconds on the play clock. Here's enough time. Villarreal comes in. He's going to communicate it. Everybody's going to hear it cleanly up to the line of scrimmage, and here comes the execution of the play for Grafton.
To the line of scrimmage with 8. 3 receivers right. 4 on the clock. Villarreal quick pass. Caught by Chance Burns. Far side around the corner. First down, Moore into Thompson territory for the first time today. And gets stopped near the 25-yard line of Thompson.
It's like I said before, that's not a one-on-one play. They executed that play on the outside. They had the block out in front, allowed Burns to work with some space, and then use his speed and then shoot upfield. It's not a one-on-one play. Yeah, he's trying to make a few guys miss, but he gets the block, and they execute it to perfection. Big gain, 2.5. Grafton looking for some points here as the half is about to come to a close.
37 yards on the pass play from Tony Villarreal to Chance Burns. And just underneath our broadcast position, I see a lady with a Grafton sweatshirt and it says Mama Burns on the back. She must be pretty happy. 3 receivers right on first down. Villarreal steps up, can't quite get away.
Villarreal on the carry for a short gain.
Hugo had him by the ankle.
The first tackle. First contact.
Yeah, Villarreal comes up a little lame on the play, just trying to run it out. He got crunched pretty hard as he was coming down to the ground and just trying to make some things happen.
He got to the 24-yard line. 2nd and 8 with 1:35 and counting to go in the half. 28-0. Thompson leading Grafton, but the Spoilers are on the march. To get something before halftime would be a big boost for them. 3 receivers left. Villarreal throwing, and it's intercepted.
Villarreal's pass is intercepted.
Brody Gibson with the pick.
With the pick. 1st and 10, Tommies.
Gibson
own
with very,
6-yard
very
line.
close coverage with, I believe that was Aiden McLean on the near side of the field.
Yeah, that's exactly where it was, Joe. Aiden McLean had the height advantage, standing 6 feet tall. Brody Gibson at 5'9", and that ball just not quite high enough in the air. I know Villarreal was probably trying to shoot for that back left pylon and put it where the defender couldn't, but that one underthrown, interception. So now, how impressive is this quarterback, Starcevic, I beg your pardon, in the 2-minute drill here, up 28-0. Let's see how aggressive the Tommies want to be deep in their own territory.
With the ball on their own 8-yard line, again, 2 timeouts remaining. Hand off over the left side and not much going.
That looks like a couple handoffs, and as long as nothing breaks free at all, this will probably be the end of the first half as the Tommies are taking their time, getting back to the huddle, calling a play. One of their linemen I can see in the huddle as well. Isaac McHugo, holding on to his leg. He's the center for the Tommies, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Oh, he was limping, yeah. Schumacher in motion to the far side. And a handoff for Berberich. He's across the 15 to the 17. And that's going to be close to a first down.
If it is, it'll stop the clock. And it looks like the clock is going to keep on running. And that might draw the first half to a close.
He got as far as the 15. And 24 on the play clock and 10 on the game clock and less than that now. And we're going to go to intermission with the same score that it was at the end of the first quarter.
The score at halftime, Thompson 28, Grafton 0.
Checking our Chris Moan Nodak Insurance scoreboard. Serving Thompson and surrounding communities. Talk with Chris Moan for your insurance. At intermission, opening night of the North Dakota high school football season. It's the Thompson Tommies 28 and the Grafton Spoilers nothing. We will come back to Thompson in 3 minutes. This is North Dakota High School football on YourLiveEvent.com.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
There is another way to minimize your farm's risk and protect its equity with margin protection coverage. This is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. Margin protection provides coverage against an unexpected decrease or increase in operating margin. In other words, we can put a policy in place to protect you from changing input costs and crop prices on your farm. Let us help you explore this option between now and September 30th to get you covered. For more information, go to irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
At the Thompson Public School, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit the website tps-k12.org for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and information on the construction.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good. From simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
In Grand Forks and Lakota, see Chris Moan, your agent with answers.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Welcome back to Thompson High School. Joe Lancello and Dawson Peterson with you. We're at halftime of the opening game of the North Dakota high school football season. Class B Region 2 matchup, and it's the Thompson Tommies all over the Grafton Spoilers by a score of 28-0. And this has been all Grafton, a much more lopsided first quarter than the second. On the third play from scrimmage, Grafton's Jake Starcevic intercepted a pass and returned it to the Grafton 30-yard line, and 3 plays later, Starcevic himself scored on a 9-yard touchdown run. The run for conversion failed, making it 6-0 in favor of the Tommies 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the ball game. Then after a 3-and-out by the Grafton offense, the Tommies took over again on their own 47. And 6 plays and 2 minutes and 2 seconds later, Thompson was in the end zone again. Starcevic scoring on a 14-yard run. Reese Berberich scoring on a run for the conversion, the 2-point conversion, making it 14-0 in favor of Thompson with 6:14 to go in the half. After another 3-and-out by Grafton that included a punt that went -5 yards, Grafton would score again, a 2-play, 25-yard drive that took 39 seconds. Starcevic scoring from 9 yards away. Tommy Schumacher kicked the extra point to make it 21-0 in favor of the Tommies. And after another 3-and-out, Thompson would score again just before the end of the half. A 6-play, 46-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Starcevic hooking up with Reese Berberich on a 14-yard touchdown pass. Oh, I got my numbers mixed up here. Darn it, I'll figure it out later. Extra point was good to make it 28-0 in favor of Grafton, and that's the score after the first quarter, and that's the score we have now. As Grafton has gotten a little bit better into the game, they had a drive where they kept the ball for 5.5 minutes, driving from their own 14-yard line, getting as far as the Thompson 24, but then an interception by Brody Gibson foiled that. One of 2 interceptions thrown by Grafton quarterback Tony Villarreal. Trying to check something here. 26 and doing my own stats here, so okay, there we are. Starcevic unofficially with 104 yards on 11 carries and 3 touchdowns to lead Thompson's offense. Starcevic also 8 of 12 for unofficially 98 yards. I'm going to have to do my math again on that. Berberich with 12 yards on 3 carries. And Berberich also 3 catches for 33 yards. Carter Peterson 2 catches for 28. And about the only thing Thompson has done on the negative side is they've got the only penalties of the game. and they've been penalized 3 times. I haven't had a chance to get the Grafton offensive numbers together. But Dawson Peterson, if I can get you back in here, Grafton didn't totally fold at the end of the first quarter or within that first quarter. They've stayed in this game, certainly. They don't want it to end early on a counter running time.
Yeah, and there were some good things that we saw near the end of the first quarter and into the second quarter for Grafton. And I know just sort of sitting here in the south end zone where the Spoilers are talking at halftime and Coach Mahonen trying to, I don't know about rally the troops, but certainly giving them some words of encouragement. He was talking about a lot of the good things that they did in the first half and talking about some of those plays that they did well against a very good football team, as he said, and the Thompson Tommies certainly are that. And Joe, you're not wrong. They didn't fold at all, but 28-0 is a hard thing to come back from, and they got behind the 8 ball early. They had that quick interception and then a rough couple of punts that allowed the Tommies really good field position. But then the Spoilers started to settle down a little bit more, get into their groove, so to speak, on the offensive and defensive side. We saw it more so on the offensive side in the second quarter. The defensive side, a little bit more later in the first quarter and into that second quarter. Caught a couple of breaks as well from the Tommies with those penalties, and we'll talk with Coach Starcevic about that here later on. But yes, some good things happening for the Spoilers late in that first half.
It is going to be Thompson, though, who's going to have the second half kickoff. And that's going to be a situation where they've got a chance to really collect themselves now during the break. And again, there's a possibility of getting it to that mercy rule standard.
Yeah, and I think for the Tommies on their side of things, it'll be, hey, let's securely put the nail in the coffin here on this opening drive of the second half and go down the field and get a touchdown right away and, put our stamp on this game. And then for Grafton on the other side, it's going to be a pride thing right away. Come out, try and make a statement. Try and throw that first punch of the second half. And if Thompson throws that first punch, Grafton needs to respond to that punch and throw a punch back. So we'll see right away in the start of the second half what the vibe, so to speak, is going to be of half number 2.
And we'll come back and continue as we get ready for the second half. Our score at intermission, Thompson 28, Grafton nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
In Grand Forks and Lakota, see Chris Moen, your agent with answers.
Now let's go back to the sidelines and check in with Dawson Peterson and his halftime guest.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Down here with Coach Starcevic of the Thompson Tommies. And, Coach, first half, a lot of things went well.
Yeah, we played pretty well. I made a mistake. We had a couple guys, not do their one job, but overall I'm pretty pleased. We executed pretty darn well. So.
Yeah, I know we've talked about it. First game, not everything's going to go right. Mistake, you want to make it fast. One of the mistakes down on this end was that fourth down. Can you kind of tell us what happened and walk us through it?
Yeah, that was my fault. I tried to do something that we didn't practice, so that's on me. So I got upset at our center right away, but it's not his fault. That's my fault.
I'm assuming a couple second half keys, or maybe one of them penalties.
Yeah. I mean, if we just take care of the ball and don't turn it over and play good fundamental defense, we'll be all right.
All right, sounds good, Coach. Thanks for the time. Good luck second half.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, back to you, Joe.
Okay, Dawson, thanks very much. Checking our statistics unofficially here. For Grafton, Tony Villarreal, 5 of 15 for 59 yards. He's had 2 interceptions. Leading receiver, Chance Burns with 4 catches for 30 yards. Oops, that's rushing. I've messed myself up completely now. Tony Villarreal, 13 yards on 4 carries. And one other key thing for Grafton was they punted 3 times in the first quarter, but none at all in the second. So that shows them getting back into the game. But again, it is going to be Thompson who will kick off or receive the second half kickoff. And again, it'll be a situation where Grafton is kicking into the same direction where Reggie Rice had all kinds of problems kicking. Oh no, they're going to change direction now. Never mind. It'll be the fourth quarter when that happens. The wind's still out of the north-northeast at 10 miles an hour, so it's calmed down a little bit. Once again on our scoreboard,
Joe, if I can break in for
sure, go ahead.
Just a quick moment. I wasn't able to talk with Coach Mahonen at all for Grafton, but sort of just walking by what they were talking about in the end zone here at halftime is what we have been saying. There's been some good things happening for Grafton, and they just want to keep that up here in the second half, trying to take a lot of the positives from that first half rather than some negatives.
Here's Rice kicking off, and Brody Gibson back to get that. Breaking through a crowd, breaking a tackle, and just tripped up at the 32-yard line, and Gibson knows he could have been gone.
Yeah, that was close for Brody Gibson. He found the seam, his way off the right side. A really good kick from Grafton, but then the special teams and the athleticism from Gibson, the returner, to get some of those yards back. First down and 10 for the Tommies on their own 31.
Checking our scoreboard, Central Cass leading Oak Grove 34-7 at halftime. Maple River and LLM were in a lightning delay. Play was scheduled to resume a few minutes ago. And 14-0 in favor of Hillsborough Central Valley over Park River midway through the second quarter. Thompson from their own 32. Ball is bobbled. And it's picked up in the backfield, but that is going to be a major, major loss for the Tommies.
Well, and it looks like Starcevic, the quarterback, was trying to argue, okay, so here come the officials. They're going to talk about it and saying that it was going to be a forward pass. It's one of those little touch passes as they're running across, and yep, there it is. There's the incomplete pass. That's a tough break for the Spoilers, but, that's a play that happens really quick, and it can be hard to see if it's an incomplete pass because technically it is a forward pass, and now Coach Mahonen wanting an explanation to see what it is. I'm farther down the sideline here, so I'm not going to be able to hear that conversation, but those touch passes are considered a forward pass despite it only going maybe a half a yard.
Coach Donald Doyle explaining that to Dave Mahonen, the Grafton coach. Mahonen walks back unsatisfied as most conversations with referees end.
Well, if there's one thing you're going to take from it, it's an incomplete pass. So now Grafton, they need to work defensively as it's second down and 10. Yeah, it's not a 4 or 5 yard loss, whatever it was over there, but it's an incomplete pass. It gets the Tommies even closer to fourth down, and it allows you to work a little bit differently defensively as well.
Well, the ball's marked at the 28-yard line for whatever reason.
And it'll stand.
Why would it be a loss of yardage?
Yeah, well, it should be an incomplete pass, and now
the ball should be back at the 32, but it's at the 28.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, Joe.
Well, it's the opening week for the refs, too. Berberich on a sweep to the left. And he'll be stopped short of the 35. Setting up third and long.
Well, as we move past maybe that little gaffe from the refs as they were back a little bit, it was a nice job by Grafton to keep the football out on the perimeter and then work it back to the middle. And then all the Spoilers had to do from there was gang tackle, and they did it. Short game. So now 3rd down and long for the Tommies, likely a passing down.
3rd and 8 from the 34-yard line, just underway 3rd quarter. Couple of other 3rd quarter scores. Hillsborough Central Valley 28-0 over Park River, and Central Cass leading Oak Grove 34-7 in the 4th quarter.
Down in distance here, and keep an eye on the tight end, Carter Peterson.
He shielded a block and now caught the pass and is down the far sideline, run out of bounds near midfield. Good call, Dawson.
Well, it wasn't quite a downfield play as one might think it was, but it was Peterson getting set up with the middle screen, and they know how big of a body he is. If you can just get the football to him, and he's going to make some plays with his legs, and he did there. That ball was caught right near the line of scrimmage, and they went one of their go-to guys as multiple catches tonight.
14 yards on that pass. 1st and 10, Thompson. Tommies go from left to right from their own 48-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. Fakes a handoff. Starcevich will keep it. He's into Grafton territory, and he's close to another 1st down.
Yeah, it was another one of those read option plays, and I don't think we've seen a play tonight like that. Or, excuse me, we've seen that play multiple times, but I don't think we've seen Starcevic hand it off. He's kept it the majority of the times. And he did the same thing there, but he's making the right decisions. Right decision or not, he's able to make plays.
An 11-yard gain for Starcevic, who's rushed for over 100 yards so far tonight. He's run for 3 touchdowns and passed for another. For Thompson's 28-0 lead. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Juvie the setback. And that option again, and Starcevic showing how strong he is as he broken a tackle that was trying to get him by the arm, and that is not going to be good enough, and that's a gain near the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he was exactly showing his strength that time. The sophomore who's having a really good opening night here in the 2022 campaign. Ryan Hansen had a handful of jersey defensively from the Spoilers. Did his job at the defensive end spot, but again, Starcevic showing that strength, and then also a couple of linemen pushing him forward. 5.
To the 36-yard line, 2nd and 5 for Thompson in Grafton territory. Juvie is the running back. It'll be Starcevic keeping it again, and this time holding on for dear life was middle linebacker Abram Sevigny.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth there, Joe. Holding on for dear life. As soon as get a couple of hands on Starcevic, all you're thinking is hang on, stay right here and hope the rest of your guys are going to get him. And Grafton did a pretty good job there, but it's 3rd and short if they can keep up for a couple more downs.
3rd and about 4. An offset eye. Berberich the carry, he broke a tackle and gets to the 30, and that should be a 1st down.
Well, just Starcevic who's been making plays. Remember Reese Berberich, who was a 1,000-yard rusher last year for the Thompson Tommies, coming in as a senior, hoping to have another big year for Thompson, and he's having probably a pretty good game tonight. I'm not sure exactly how many yards he's had, certainly having an impact.
He has the other touchdown plus a 2-point conversion for Thompson tonight. Tommy Schumacher in motion to the near side. Berberich carries again on the left side. Trying to get around the corner, but run down by Chance Burns very nicely, stopping him short of the 20-yard line.
Yeah, trying to get to the outside from the perimeter. Chance Burns, saying that he's got some speed too, jumps on his back and wrestles him down. It's a large gain of 8 to make things easy for the Tommies, but a nice play defensively by Burns.
Chance was chasing. Berberich is what I should have said. Max Schroller wide to the far side. 3 receivers to the right. Juvie is the setback with Starcevic in the pistol. 2nd and 2 from the 22-yard line. Starcevic throwing incomplete.
Well, that ball fell in the end zone. Guys that were in the area were Brody Gibson, the 5'9 junior, and then also Maxwell Roller was over there as well. I think Gibson's route was intended to go maybe a little bit deeper, but it falls harmlessly to this very lush grass here in Thompson. Well-kept field. Big credit to everybody to make opening night a special one as the Tommies lead 28-0 here in the third quarter. It's a long first drive here for the quarter.
Over 5 minutes for the Tommies. 3rd and 2 from the Grafton 22. Quarterback draw around the left side, first down.
Oh, look out over there on the sideline.
Kids, it may be fun to sit close to the field, but maybe it's not safe.
It's fun until they come over and run you over. Starcevic into the kids over there, some smiling, laughing faces. Hope everybody's okay over there.
But we've got a penalty flag there, too, at the side of the tackle.
I'll get the official call. It is. That's on the defense, and that's a tough break for Grafton as it's a personal foul. So that's going to move up the Tommies quite a bit. They're going to be inside the 10. Ball is spotted on the 9.
So a first down by Rush, and that's the first penalty on Grafton tonight. First and goal just inside the 10. 6:37 to go, quarter number 3. Starcevic rolling right, throwing, caught, nice catch by Brody Gibson. And he's inside the 5, close to a touchdown. Gibson's made a few big plays tonight.
Yeah, that's a nice catch. They were working on the sideline catches here before the game started. As we said moments ago, Joe, it's a lot of fun being close to the action. They get close to me. And a goal here for the Tommies, threatening with another score, up 28-0 so far.
2nd and goal from the 5. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Juvie is the setback. Play fake, Starcevic trying to run, but linebacker Abram 70 would not let go.
That's one of those plays on film for Grafton on Monday that they're going to point out and talk about the nice, like it was Aiden McLean, Starcevic first, and then Abram Svig him back and make it 3rd down and making life a little tougher on the Tommies here.
6 minutes to play, third quarter. Thompson's had the ball now officially half the third quarter. This drive started from their own 32. 3rd and goal from the 5. Play fake, Starcevic throwing for Burt, and that's an easy catch.
And that was Gavin Krogstad on the far side near the top of your screen. Just leaked out. Was that 5 or 6? Trying to get the number. Either.
I couldn't tell whether it was 5 or 6.
It was 6, according to our near side official, right in front of me. Gave the number. It was number 6. So that's Gavin Krogstad. Exactly sure why he got so open. I'm assuming there was a lot of activity in the middle of the field offensively for the Tommies as the extra point is up and off the side of school, and it is good. Good thing the windows are low. I assume he designed it that way. 35-0 Tommies.
5:38 to go, quarter number 3 on the Chris Moen Nodak Insurance scoreboard, serving Thompson and surrounding communities. Talk with Chris for your insurance. 35-0 Thompson over Grafton. Will be going into running time after the kickoff when we come back in 30 seconds.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
Thompson driving 68 yards in 13 plays. That took 6 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock. The Tommies now leading Grafton 35-0. So after the kickoff, we're going to go to running time. And it'll stay running time until or unless either to the end of the game or until Grafton scores and cuts the margin to less than 35 points.
Well, the amount of time that Thompson took off the clock certainly makes things harder for Grafton. Despite, not having any points on the scoreboard, 35-0 now, it's like, geez, you got to take all that time? My goodness.
Coverage of high school football on YourLiveEvent.com, brought to you in part by the Ryan Opdahl Agency at Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-5777 for your insurance requests. Visit with Ryan Opdahl. And Reese Berberich is going to kick off. It had been Schumacher. I see Berberich has a bit of a cast on his right hand. Kickoff is high and a little bit short. Fielded on the run by Burns. And Burns brings it across the 40-yard line. So a nice return, a nice start for the Grafton offense. Their first offensive play of the third quarter.
Yeah, Burns comes running up on it and with a full head of steam heads right to the middle of the field, broke a couple of tackles, and that's how you do it right there. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for Grafton on their own 42-yard line, and it's a good return. It's a good way to set up the first drive. Hard to believe their first drive of the second half.
Rylan Ray, the receiver, wide left, receiver wide to the right. Villarreal under center, where he's been a few times, but not too often tonight. Inside handoff, and Abram 70 is rustled down like a steer, bulldog down, and he's hurt.
He's got his legs up in the air. Looks like he might be cramping. He's got one of his hands on the back of his leg as the trainer comes out. And from my eye here on the near sideline, looks like Sevigny has a cramp in his right leg, and now they're stretching out both his legs.
Even though the weather hasn't been too terribly warm or we've needed to stop for hydration breaks, it is a reminder that everybody's got to be hydrated. As 70 is being attended to on the field, we'll remind you the other games tonight on YourLiveEvent.com that you can watch later. Central Cass at Oak Grove, Park River at Hillsboro Central Valley, and Maple River hosting Lemoore LM. In 9-man football, 70 up on his feet, walking off under his own power. He will have to sit out one play.
Yeah, that's good to see for the spoilers, for Sevigny to hop up. As it looks like now he's drinking plenty of water as he comes off, trying to stay hydrated.
That helps avoid the cramps.
Bananas as well, Joe. Bananas do the trick too.
Potassium, absolutely. 70 gained a yard before we have the stoppage to the 42-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9 now for the Grafton Spoilers. Time did stop because of the, I don't want to say injured player, but there was a health concern. Villarreal throwing near side, overthrew his receiver, and almost a nice diving catch by Tommy Schumacher on the defensive side.
Yeah, that was probably the definition of a jump ball out of the hands of Villarreal as he was looking for his receiver, Rylan Ray, on the near sideline, and airmailed over the both of them, and nearly, as you said, a nice diving catch from Thomas Schumacher.
Schumacher, a sophomore, 5'9", 145. 3rd and 9 for Grafton. 3 receivers left. Villarreal out of the pistol. Running out of time, and down he goes at about the 31-yard line.
Yeah, a couple of guys that were there for Thompson was, let's see, Starcevic was there, Joshua Juvie was in there, the sophomore, a couple of sophomores in there to bring him down. Sort of like they say, eternal clock for quarterbacks. As soon as that thing starts going off, you got to get out of there. And more often than not tonight, that defensive front for the Tommies has been in the face of Tony Villarreal, as he goes down again. 4th down and long, and now another punt here for Grafton.
Reggie Rice back in formation. The snap is low into his right, and Rice is trying to run with it, but he's going to be brought down about the 10-yard line.
Backfield for the Tommies was senior Jacob Brend was there to bring down Rice, and it's one of those things for Grafton. What can go wrong has gone wrong, and sort of just chalk it up to that here in the second half as that snap rolled all the way back to Rice, and he could never find the handle on it.
That's a rare low snap on a punt that's caused problems. Usually it's the high ones.
Well, there's that middle ground, low, high, wherever it's at. Try and hit the guy right between the numbers and get the off, not that time.
1st and goal from the 10. Berberich on the carry over the right side. Stop near the 5. Be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, just handing it off to one of old reliables. In the yard rusher last year for the Tommies, Reese Berberich.
Apparently the ball was just outside the 10-yard line where Thompson recovered it, so it's possible to get a 1st down inside the 1-yard line. Berberich again over the left side, and he is bear-hugged right away. Chavo Galvan, 5'9", 221, a senior, with the big hit for the Grafton Spoilers.
Yeah, getting his name called here, and Berberich up right at the line of him backwards. Really nicely done.
3rd down from the 6. 2:37 to go till halftime. We're in running time. 35-0 Thompson leading Grafton. Joe Lancello, Dawson Peterson with you on YourLiveEvent.com. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Juvie is the setback. Starcevic trying to get around the corner and succeeding, but did he get into the end zone?
Not into the end zone, but that 1st down coming into play. Oh, Gene Sarator, get out the note card. It's a close one.
It's on.
It will be 4th down. 4th down and very short, Joe. Here, do they go to...
It's just
Starcevic
outside the 1. Starcevic still in the pistol. Gives for Berberich going over the right side, and he's over for the touchdown. His 2nd of the day.
Reese Berberich having himself a nice game. His 2nd touchdown, lunging over the white goal stripe. He's a good game, but remember, he's got another teammate in Jacob Starcevic, who's, well, sort of overshadowed him, I guess. He's had a really good game offensively and defensively, and at this point, everything going right for the Tommies.
2-minute, 30-second drive as Tommy Schumacher on to kick the extra point. Drew Overby to hold. Up and away, and Off the wall, it's good. 52 seconds to go, third quarter. Thompson 42, Grafton nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
In Grand Forks and Lakota, see Chris Moen, your agent with answers.
Thompson scoring drive after the bad snap on the punt. 4 plays, 10 yards, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Reese Berberich, his second touchdown of the day. And it's now 42-0 in favor of Thompson. And the kind of a start that I'm sure Coach Alex Sarcevic and players and fans will hope the Tommies get some votes in the Class B football rankings as Berberich kicks off. Burns going to his right, finding a little bit of room. Stopped near the 35-yard line.
Well, whether they get some looks in the rankings or not, Joe, Thompson is certainly going to be a team you want to keep an eye on. They've got athletes all over the field, and they've got young athletes out there as well. A couple of them. Jake Starcevic has had an absolutely monster of a game. Carter Peterson, their big tight end, defensive end, he's also a sophomore. And some other sophomores on this roster that are making an impact, and they're showing that they can do that. And Starcevic, a receiver last year, turned quarterback and doing a really nice job so far on opening night.
Kyler Droog has checked into the ball game, and he will be the quarterback, number 12. And he lines up under center. And the snap is mishandled, and Droog will be dropped at the 30.
And Droog a little slow to get up. Or no, Droog is fine. Another man getting helped up. And it's hard to say at this point in the game. You're down 42-0. It's you're just trying to do something different. See if you can find something that can get you ready for next week. As looks like one of the assistant coaches for Grafton is now calling the plays as the third quarter is going to draw to a close with 10 seconds left. See if the Spoilers do another play or not.
And a lot of shouting from the Grafton sideline, but time runs out, and the play clock was close to running out too. 3 quarters in the books from Thompson. And it's the Thompson Tommies 42, the Grafton Spoilers nothing. We'll have the fourth quarter when we come back in 1 minute on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Don't forget, following the game, we'll have our Energy Player of the Game brought to you by Enbridge, and also our Feature Precision Player of the Game brought to you by RDK Enterprises. Joe Lancello, Dawson Peterson with you from Thompson. where the Grafton Spoilers have the ball 2nd and 14 at their own 30-yard line, trailing 42-0. Droog hands the ball off and trying to go inside, but not able to. Was Tony Villarreal playing as a running back.
Yeah, it makes you think, Joe, if Grafton has tried this at any point during practice and said, hey, fellas, we're going to start Tony at quarterback, and maybe later on Kyler will come in later and Tony will be the running back. There's certainly some directions that Grafton can go with it from here.
And just the idea of getting Droog some snaps. You never know. 3 receivers left. On 3rd and 11. Droog under pressure throws it away and nearly caught by linebacker Will Welke for Thompson, and that'll be 3 and out and punt time.
The pocket was collapsing rather quickly on Droog that time. Interior is starting to go down as well, and we've sort of been saying it before, they're just trying something different. A lot of young guys on this roster for Grafton, sort of like how the Tommies are. They've got some young guys stepping up. On the roster for Grafton, a total of 6 seniors and some juniors on there as well, as this punt is going to roll back.
And off the side of his foot, and it'll be down at the 39-yard line for a 7-yard kick, and this is not going to be a day that Reggie Rice will share with his grandkids a few years down the line.
Well, I hope it's a few more than a few years, but you'll certainly see some improvements, I think, as the year goes on for Grafton, and sharing some tips onto how to get the ball off his foot maybe a little quicker, a little more solid contact.
Getting the snap to him in a better spot, perhaps.
There you go. There's things to work on. There's the whole mechanics of the thing. Getting it back to him, it's going to be the long snapper, the blockers. Football's a team game, Joe. It's a team game.
Sarcevic tosses to Brody Gibson, getting outside on the far side, and he'll be knocked out of bounds after a big gain and a first down for the Tommies.
We say it's a team game, and the Tommies are doing it well. They're doing it very well as they 42-9, 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. A lot of things have gone right for the Tommies, as looks like they've got a new signal caller out there as well. Drew Overby, I believe, is taking the snaps now. No reason to have your sophomore stud quarterback in Starcevic out there anymore.
23-yard gain for Gibson. And Gibson again carrying over the right side. He'll be short of a first down, but I think he's inside the 10.
Yep, he is inside the 10. Looks like at about the 8-yard line.
Pickup of 7. Gibson offering a nice alternative to the power of Berberich in the backfield.
Yeah, it just goes to show. I was just thinking sort of the same thing. The weapons that the Tommies have with Gibson and then Berberich and Starkovich, and they've got a lot of guys, they're skill guys that can play really well.
Overby drops the snap, gives it off for Skylar Allard, who'll get around the corner and score. Touchdown Thompson.
Another guy who's no slouch of a player either, Skylar Allard, getting some snaps here late and scoring a touchdown, some speed on the edge. Another guy that can come in and make an impact.
38-yard drive in 3 plays. And it's 48-0. As Tommy Schumacher on for the extra point, Overby will hold. Kick is up and did not get very far.
The snap for the Tommies, it got put down. The snap was clean. The hold, not so much. I think the holder, Drew Overby, let go of the football a little too soon. Wait for the kicker to go through impact. So still 48 to Thompson.
With 8:16 to go in the fourth quarter, we'll have the kickoff when we return in 30 seconds. This is Thompson and Grafton High School football on YourLiveEvent.com.
Welcome to a better banking experience with First State Bank. Locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, First State Bank is here for you. Locally owned for over 120 years, we know you and the area. Banking for today with savings, checking, and loan services for business, personal, or agriculture. And helping to guide you to tomorrow with wealth management and insurance services. Today, tomorrow, together. First State Bank. Stop into our locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, or visit online firststatebanks.com.
Thompson scoring drive, 3 plays, 38 yards, going a minute 44. 48-0. And Thompson has been doing the spoiling to Grafton tonight. Grafton's next game will be against Bottineau next week, while the Tommies will go to Park River. And we've got somebody new kicking off. That's Gavin Krogstad. And that's fielded about the 25-yard line. And getting across the 35.
Some new guys out there for both teams. That was Cruiser Burns for Grafton that time, 5'7" sophomore, getting some time out on special teams.
Cruiser spelled with a K, by the way. And he is Chance's brother. .808 to go in the ball game. Grafton trying to make things respectable here as Kyler Drew steps under center with an I formation. And it's the second back getting the handoff to the 40-yard line. Leroy Delgado on the carry.
Everybody getting some new positions out there. Maybe not new positions, but a couple of new names out there. Delgado taking the handoff that time. Droog is the quarterback. Also, Shaden Thomas, a freshman wide receiver, split out to the top of your screen.
Cruiser Burns wide to the right. I see 65 Oscar Gonzalez in the game in the offensive front. Delgado on a sweep to the near side. First down across midfield, and he's forced out of bounds.
Yeah, nice play for Grafton there as Delgado finds his way to the outside and tiptoeing along the sideline. Now, granted, this might be the second team for Thompson out there playing, but Delgado showing off some speed and maybe a little weaponry that Grafton can use in the future, maybe even next week versus Bottineau.
Spoilers in Thompson territory at the 47-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Drew delayed handoff, and that delay gave a couple of Thompson defenders time to get into the backfield. 65 Kellen Thompson among them.
Yeah, he was the first number I saw as well, Joe. It almost looked like he recognized that play very well. He knew that it was a delay handoff. He didn't get too far upfield. He just waited for that handoff to come, and then he just swallowed up the tackle. Easy tackle for Thompson.
Second and a dozen now for Grafton with 6:18 to go in the ball game. We are in running time. 48-0 in favor of Thompson. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Swing pass to the far side, caught, and the jersey stretched a little bit, but a nice gain for Benicio Sauceda, a 5'9", 170-pound freshman.
Sauceda coming out of the backfield that time. Little wheel route as he works around to the outside in the backfield. Nice pass from Droog as well. He had to throw through some traffic to find his man there with 5.5 to go.
3rd down and 9 for Grafton. Drew pitches for Delgado, got around 1 defender, Can he get through another? He does. And is brought down to the 41-yard line. That'll still be short of the first down, a gain of 5.
Gets a nice ovation from some Grafton fans right in front of the press box. And as we said, just finding out some new things. Delgado, a slippery runner, and showing that off right there, getting some yards. We're inside 5 minutes to play. It'll be 4th down and about 5 to go.
It's a chance to show the coaches that you want to play. Regardless of what the score is, you can show what you can do.
Yeah, and that's one of those things, too, for Grafton. You want to play hard. Whether it's 48-0, 8-0, whatever. You want to play hard till the end. Show the coaches that, you want to play and you can be the next guy. As there's probably a few spots that are being competed for the Spoilers.
And now a timeout called by Grafton as it looked like Sauceda had dropped a piece of equipment or something. I'm not sure what the deal there was. First timeout for the Spoilers in the second half with 4:26 to play. On the Chris Moen Nodak Insurance Company scoreboard, serving Thompson and surrounding communities. Talk with Chris for your insurance. It's Thompson 48, Grafton nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds on YourLiveEvent.com.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
Grafton looking at 4th and 5 from the Thompson 41. Drew to throw and overthrew his intended receiver, Leroy Delgado. But Drew was under some good pressure.
Has the right idea. Delgado had a step on his man out on the perimeter. That's a tough pass to make. They're on the far hash, and that pass coming back, well, rather the far side from where I'm at, where you're at, Joe, that pass coming from the near side and having to come all the way across the field. That's a tough pass to make. Almost had it, though.
So Thompson will take over on downs at their own 41-yard line. Drew Overby, a 6', 140-pound junior, is the quarterback. Wyatt Bergeron, a freshman, 6', 170, checks into the game in the offensive front. And there seems to be a little confusion. Luke Starcevich, an 8th grader, was motioning toward the sideline. That can be a problem with a one-sided game, too, is that you don't pay attention.
Trying to find the right personnel in there, and still a little mix-up as we get some shuffling around out there.
Overby from the pistol. And something got messed up on the snap there, and the penalty flags come out.
It looked like a delayed snap, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, wait, you can't do that.
And I'm wondering if somebody's thinking it was on 1. I thought it was on 2.
Well, I thought it was on 3, so now we're all confused.
Well, that's the first of those kind of penalties that we have seen tonight, so that's a good sign for week 1 of the season.
Yeah, and I think the penalties that we've seen so far, there was a pass interference earlier in the game, a couple of other ones as well, but, a lot of times the most common one you're going to see is that false start, and that, like you said, Joe, that's the first one we've seen all night.
Overby rolling out. Pass is caught by Luke Starcevich, an 8th grader. And he's as tough to bring down as his older brother. Again into Grafton territory and a first down.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Hard to bring down, kept the legs on churning. Was Luke Starcevich, and first down for the Tommies. Another one of many tonight.
21 yards on that pickup. And you wonder if maybe in a year or two we'll see Starcevich to Starcevich.
Well, whatever it is, we're going to be saying the name for a while.
Yeah. A toss for Skylar Allard, who's got a touchdown, and he's got room on the near side before he's hauled out of bounds.
Yeah, he caught the toss, and it looked like he might have been able to work it upfield on that the 5-hole as he go off to the left. The odd numbers to the left, even to the right, and he bounced it to the 7, went way outside. Big gain.
26 yards to the 17-yard line of Grafton. 2:15 to go in regulation, a 48-0 lead for Thompson over Grafton. Overby tossing for Allard, cannot go around that side as Delgado got him first and then had plenty of help.
Yeah, Delgado was over there, as was Shaden Thomas. Fangara was out there as well.
This will go back to the 24-yard line for a loss of 7, second down and 17. A minute 35 to play. Tommies don't seem too tremendously worried. Porter Martin, a freshman, is wide to the near side. Play fake by Overby, rolling, throwing, and caught.
And that was
Jacob Stump, a freshman, with the catch.
Yeah, that was a really nice pass. Very nice patience from the junior Drew Overby. He waited. The man who caught the ball, that was Jacob Stump. As you said, Joe, he had to get behind his defender before Overby could throw it, and he did, of course, but a lot of patience by the junior quarterback. Overby just flipped it over the defender's head. Really nice pass.
First and goal from the 4, 46 seconds to play. .22 is in the backfield. I don't have a number for him. He gets the carry, and he is in for the end zone.
Well, I've got a number on my roster here.
Okay.
6-foot freshman Max Albin, who's getting quite a hand from his teammates here on the sideline. Some chest bumps all around, taps on the helmet. There's a good thing when your team is up big. It gives guys like Max, who might not get all the time in the world, an opportunity to get out on the field.
I had him with a different uniform number. Max with 2 X's and 1 touchdown, and time runs out before the extra point can be kicked. And our final score tonight, the Thompson Tommies open the 2022 North Dakota high school football season with a resounding 54-0 win over the Grafton Spoilers. We will come back to Thompson, and we'll have our Energy Player of the Game brought to you by Enbridge. Enbridge Energy for Life. Learn more at enbridge.com for career opportunities, and also our Feature Precision Player of the Game brought to you by RDK Enterprises. Wishing you a safe harvest, and thank you for your business. Go online to planterdoc.com for more information on RDK Enterprises. We'll come back to Thompson in 2 minutes. You're watching high school football on yourliveevent.com.
There is another way to minimize your farm's risk and protect its equity with margin protection coverage. This is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. Margin protection provides coverage against an unexpected decrease or increase in operating margin. In other words, we can put a policy in place to protect you from changing input costs and crop prices on your farm. Let us help you explore this option between now and September 30th to get you covered. For more information, go to irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
At the Thompson Public School, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit the website tps-k12.org for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and information on the construction project and new addition at the Thompson Public School. Follow them on social media and find Tommy Pride with student updates and events with the Thompson Public Schools. Stay in touch with your children's education or find out why the Thompson Public Schools is right for you. tps-k12.org.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most.
In Grand Forks and Lakota, see Chris Moen, your agent with answers.
Welcome back to Thompson. Joe Lancello with you, along with Dawson Peterson. The Thompson Tommies defeated the Grafton Spoilers 54-0 on opening night. And we're awaiting a chance to talk with Thompson coach Alex Sarsevich, his son Jake, who's had a great game at quarterback. And we'll just run down the scoring here real quick while we do that. The scoring started early in the game after a Jake Sarsevich interception. On the third play from scrimmage, Thompson had the ball at the Grafton 30-yard line. 3 plays later, the Tommies score. Sarsevich on a 9-yard run. The try for a 2-point conversion was no good. 6-0 in favor of Thompson with 9:20 to go first quarter. After a 3-and-out by Grafton, the Tommies take over at their own 47 and drive 63 yards in 6 plays in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Sarsevich again on the score with a 1-yard run. Reese Berberich scoring in a 2-point conversion to make it 14-0 Thompson, 6:14 to go in the first quarter. Then after another 3-and-out, after a strange punt that went negative 5 yards, Thompson took over at the Grafton 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. Sarsevich, his third touchdown of the game on a 9-yard run. The extra point kicked by Tommy Schumacher. 21-0 Tommies with 3:46 to go in the quarter. Then after another 3-and-out by Grafton's offense, Thompson driving 46 yards in 6 plays, taking 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Sarsevich hitting Reese Burrich on a 14-yard touchdown pass. The extra point made it 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. 28-0 was the score at halftime. In the third quarter, Thompson started with a 68-yard drive in 13 plays that took 6 minutes and 15 seconds. And it was Sarsevich hitting Gavin Krogstad on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The extra point kick made it 35-0 with 5:38 to go in the third. Then we're in running time. And then on Grafton's next possession, a bad snap and a punt gave the Tommies the ball at the Grafton 10. 4 plays later, they scored. Berberich on a 1-yard run. The extra point made it 42-0. That was the score after 3 quarters. And into the fourth, Grafton would score again, a 3-play, 38-yard drive that took 1:44. And it was Skylar Allard on an 8-yard run to make it 48-0. The extra point kick no good. And finally, Thompson going 41 yards on 5 plays with Max Albin on a 4-yard touchdown to make the final 54-0. And let's go onto the field now to Dawson Peterson.
Well, thanks a lot, Joe. We're standing down here with the head coach of the Thompson Tommies, and also our Enbridge Energy player of the game was Jake Sarsevich. And Jake, a heck of a game. You started off with that interception defensively, and you certainly did a lot of good things offensively. Now, you weren't a quarterback last year, is that right?
No, I was the backup last year. Kyle Oldenbach, he's a good quarterback for us. And, I think I started 2 games. He was out for 2. And then, other than that, just starting my real varsity career right now at quarterback, I guess. Yeah.
So what has that transition been like? Has it been an easy thing? I know you were the backup last year, but you must have, it showed tonight. You've stepped into it pretty well, it seems like.
Yeah, I've been quarterback for my class pretty much whole way up, elementary, junior high. And then, yeah, I thought it was pretty easy. It's once you know all the plays, step in there, you got it all down. It's pretty good.
Well, the offense can't be too hard when your dad's the head coach, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, our skill players really good. Line did really good tonight. That makes it a lot easier too. Yeah.
Well, that was one thing I've noticed from the sideline is I was really impressed with the skill players and also the depth of a lot of the skill players. You can go to Burbridge one time, you can go to Peterson, your tight end, big tight end, a big target. How nice is that as a quarterback to have that arsenal of weapons?
Yeah, it's good to have a lot of weapons. Spread defense out more. The more weapons, the better. And 5 up front, they're the main guys. We don't move without them. So pass pro, run blocking, everything. They lead it for all of the skill guys, open it up for all of us. So.
And before I let you go, we always ask the coaches what are the expectations for your team, but from the players' perspective, in the locker room, around the guys every day, in school and all that, what do you feel like the expectations and maybe even the ceiling for your team?
Yeah, I think we got a good group of guys here. I think our goal right now is to be a playoff team. Of course, throughout the season, it will change, either higher or lower. But right now, we see ourselves as a playoff team that can make a run here. So hopefully, got a lot of good leaders. I think we got a good chance here. So, yeah.
All right. Sounds good, Jake. Thanks for the time, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Joe, that was our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Jake Starcevic, as we talked to him in our post-game, and we're talking with the head coach now of the Tommies, Coach Alex Starcevic. And it's not your first career win as a head coach. As you said, you were at Larimore for a number of years, but this has got to feel pretty good.
Oh, it feels great. You know, this is my passion. I love coaching football. I love coaching, period, but football is my thing, you know, and I really enjoy it, especially this group of kids. We got a wonderful group of kids. We don't have a huge number of kids out, but the kids that are here are working their tails off and just a joy to be around, as well as my assistant coaches. They're awesome to be around.
So what was your overall reaction to the game and how you guys feel like you executed the game plan? Obviously, on the scoreboard, 54-0, that's great, but always things to clean up, I suppose. It's only week 1.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably your typical coach, right? We're always going to look at the things we did wrong, and that's how you get better. But I told the boys there in the huddle I couldn't be more proud of them. That's a pretty impressive Game 1 performance. You know, we cut down on penalties. We didn't turn the ball over. We tackled fairly well. We blocked fairly well. And you know, we played a solid game. So after tomorrow, you know, we're going to watch film, and then this one's done, and it's on the Park River, and we got to focus one game at a time. So.
You know, one thing that's going to come up big throughout the year is how your team handles adjustments and how, you know, when you play the Hillsborough Central Valleys of the world and all those teams, how you guys can adjust to certain game plans, whether you play well in the first half and you need to adjust in the second half. Maybe not too many adjustments tonight, but how do you feel like your team can handle that?
I think we can. You know, I think it's just a matter of, you know, our X is bigger than your O's at times, you know. I mean, everybody in this region's a pretty smart coach, you know, so we're going to see what we're made of when we play some of these teams that are coming up. Not every game is going to be 54-0, and like I told the boys, there's going to be dog fights we're going to be in, and we got to rise up in the second half and play hard physical football, you know, and continue to not make mistakes. So hopefully that continues on. And like I said, great start, but it's one game.
And hoping it will continue on next week at Park River. Any film watched on them yet? I know, like you said, you're an old coach, how it goes, you know, 1 week at a time type deal. But have you watched any film and maybe any game plan on them?
Yeah, 1 week at a time. We don't have any current film on them since this is, you know, game 1. So we'll get film this weekend, you know, as all the teams start sharing it into our pools. And then we'll get to work and have a game plan put together by Monday or Tuesday, and away we go. So I know that Coach Gall will have them ready to go. Coach Hollinsworth does a nice job, so we'll have to have our be pretty organized and ready to go and ready to play good physical football again if we're going to have a shot to win that one.
It sounds good, Coach. Nice job tonight. A lot of fun to watch, and we'll be having a lot of these conversations here down the road. Congrats on your first win as the head coach of the Tommies, and good luck next week.
I really appreciate you guys being here too, and the coverage we're getting. It's really cool for our kids to have this. So thank you for doing what you're doing.
Absolutely, thanks a lot. We appreciate the kind words. Back to you, Joe. That was the head coach of the Thompson Tommies, Alex Starcevic, joining us on the postgame show.
All right, thank you, Dawson, and once again, Jake Starcevic, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Enbridge, energy for life. Learn more at enbridge.com for career opportunities. We also have our RDK Enterprises Feature Precision Player of the Game. And we're going to see if we can get a hold of Reese Berberich, the number 5 for the Thompson Tommies. Right now, some of our unofficial statistics. Jake Starsevich, beg your pardon. 11 of 17 for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns rushing. He had 129 yards on 17 carries unofficially and 3 touchdowns. And there's certainly a lot of well-wishers and parents, fans, friends wanting to pay tribute to their Thompson Tommies after this win tonight, 54-0 for the opener of the 2022 football season. And we've got Dawson Peterson standing by with our RDK Enterprises feature precision player of the game, and that is senior running back Reese Berberich.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Joe. Standing here with Reese Berberich and as our RDK Enterprises precision player of the game, and a heck of a game, huh?
Yeah, I had fun. Because the doctor told me that he doesn't, I'm not supposed to be playing right now. He said that I'm supposed to get surgery, but I told him I wanted to cast, and then he would just wrap it up for me. So that's what we did.
So we're going to see that cast on every week, huh?
For about 4 to 6 weeks, probably.
Okay. Any details on what it was? You just broke your wrist, or?
Yeah, I laid out for a ball in practice and just broke it when I came down with it.
Okay. Practice like you play, though, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So why don't you take us through how the game went for you guys? Obviously, we know the score 54-0, but a well-executed game plan here in week 1.
Yep. We just spreaded the ball out a lot between me, Jake, Juvie, Thomas Schumacher, and then Skylar. We just spreaded the ball like it was hard to defend for them.
Yeah, and we were saying that too. I was really impressed with you guys as skill guys and what you guys do out on the perimeter in one-on-ones. We were saying a couple of times when it's one-on-one with you skill guys and a defender, more often than not, you guys are winning that battle.
Yeah, we got a lot of skill guys coming into it. We knew we had the talent out wide, but the thing was our line, and our line played well today. I was really proud of them.
So only week 1, but where do you think this team can go this year?
I don't know. Who knows? We played well, though. If we keep playing like this, who knows where we can go.
All right, well, so that sounds good. That might be one of the best answers. Where can you go? I don't know. We'll see where we go, and we'll certainly stay in touch with you guys. Reese, you're our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game tonight. Congrats on the win. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Joe. As our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game, Reese Berberich of the Thompson Tommies.
Okay, Dawson, thanks very much. RDK Enterprises wishes you a safe harvest and thanks you for your business. Go online to Go online to planterdoc.com for more information on RDK Enterprises. Other scores tonight of games on yourliveevent.com. Central Cass has defeated Oak Grove 34-14. Hillsborough Central Valley 28-0 over Park River. And in the fourth quarter, LLM is leading Maple River 50-0 in the fourth quarter. That game was interrupted by a lightning delay. But they're back and playing right now. They're also in the mercy rule situation. And once again, our final here, Thompson defeating Grafton 54-0. A reminder that our next Grafton Spoiler football broadcast on yourliveevent.com will be on September the 9th when the Spoilers host Hillsborough. And our next Thompson Tommies football broadcast on yourliveevent.com will be in 2 weeks when the Tommies host Harvey Wells County. That'll be a 7 o'clock game. We'll be on the air with pregame at 6:30. Coming up next Friday night on yourliveevent.com, we've got 4 games for you. Linton HMB will be at Lisbon, Kindred at Hillsborough Central Valley, Oak Grove at Sargent County, and Northern Cass will be hosting EEK. I'll be at that one for you. Again, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock the kickoff for all those games next Friday on yourliveevent.com. And we invite you to join us for that. You can also watch this game again on a replay at any time at yourliveevent.com. We also invite you to join us to watch our coaches show on yourliveevent.com. A new program comes on every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. You can watch the current program now, which previews high school volleyball, including Ada, Borup, Wesson, Thompson, and Bismarck Century among area teams. And we'll be talking some high school football next week and some volleyball, and we'll see what else we can come up with on yourliveevent.com. That is going to do it for us tonight. Here, thanks to Kevin Kochman, who's been helping the new kid run things, and I'll get a chance to see how much I actually learn next week. Thanks very much to Bailey running the camera. Thanks to Dawson Peterson on the field. Thanks to our sponsors, and thanks to you for listening. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I'm Joe Lancello. The final score here tonight, opening night of the North Dakota high school football season, the Thompson Tommies 54 and the Grafton Spoilers nothing. Have a good night, and we will talk to you later. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.